let's just get straight. Oh, look, let's see. I go off for a second and the focus goes. I got a light behind me, but I kind of like. Can you see what album?
Yeah, but you do look a bit like you're in witness protection.
Well, you never know. Can you guys see the album there? I know it's doubly small for you, Catherine, on the Zoom.
Yeah. I can see her face.
It's Rubber Soul by the Beatles. And I put it on because I watched some absolute horse. I'm going to turn that light off. Hang on a minute. Let's do this. Hello, Lux, my little baby.
And now we can't
Cats
see
everywhere.
anything at all. There he is.
Hiya. Hiya. Oh, there we go. I just finished watching the worst film I've ever seen in my life. I was so angry.
Was it Congo or Anaconda?
I like Anaconda.
They're both
I was
shite.
so angry that I set up an account on IMDb so I could write a review about it. 1-star review. I don't know if I don't think it's up there yet, and I got a feeling they won't. I took the word horseshit out of it. Let me just see. IMDb support. Is that it?
Is it because horseshit was too much praise?
Here we go. Here's the review I wrote. I called it Horse Manure. That was the title, right? So this is the review. And the thing is, it had to be 600 characters minimum. So it goes on a bit. Awful, awful, awful. It's hard to review this film without spoilers. I wish I could spoil it for you to save you all the misfortune of wasting your life watching this badly acted thriller. Mel Gibson, growls his way through one of the worst plots I've ever been unlucky enough to sit through.
Right. Is it a divorce film? Is he paying for a divorce?
It wasn't. It was doing okay until, well, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Everyone except Gibson is better than this movie and should hang their heads in shame for taking us on a rather long journey down the toilet bowl. Struggling with words, I still had to get to 600 characters of poor plots. I'd give it a 0, but for some reason IMDb won't allow that.
When you wrote poor, did you mean piss poor?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Heated blanket. It was that film that I mentioned briefly on the radio show today, On the Line. Right?
Oh, so it was about being a talk show host. Radio.
Is there anybody in the chat? Do you think you're going to watch this film? Okay. If I'm going to say a spoiler for the podcast listeners, I will let you know there's going to be a spoiler. Okay. So just hold your horses for a bit. Anyway, the reason I'm talking about that is because I then went to try and play Call of Duty, but that had a big update. There's nothing else to watch, and I felt so. I nearly resubbed to Netflix yesterday. I thought I don't want to sign up to Netflix. So I watched this film. It finished. I thought, you know what? I'm never gonna watch another film again. So I came in. I put Rubber Soul on by the Beatles, and I lit the fire, put the lights down low, and I danced to drive my car on my own.
Did you dance like no one was watching?
I did the dance like everyone's watching but I did a dance. Right. So I'm going to tell you what happens in this film, okay? If you're watching on the stream, it's 5 past, come back at 10 past. If you're listening to the podcast and it's Mel Gibson on the line, skip forward 5 minutes and I will make sure this spoiler lasts no more than 5 minutes, okay? So skip forward 5 minutes, it'll be done. I promise. I've got an eye on the time. So, Mel Gibson plays a shock jock, a late night shock jock, except in the montage of calls you see him taking, not one thing is shocking. Nothing.
You know why? Because real life Mel Gibson was not allowed to do his thing.
There's a line in there, right? There's a line in there where the police get involved and he's defending the police. He said, okay, I just want to let you know that the police knew what was going on. Got to keep the police kosher. Huh? Got to keep the police kosher? That's a reference, right?
Did he call any of them sugar tits?
So he's this We've only got 4 minutes left to do this. So he is this shock jock, but in the montage of shock jockery is nothing. Absolutely nothing, right? He's got a female producer and he's got a young lad work experience first night, okay? Then he gets a phone call. I'm breaking into your house and I'm going to kill your wife and daughter. No, you're not going to do that. Yes, I am. Here they are. Daddy, daddy. It's that, right?
Yeah.
And it then follows a series of bizarre things where he has to go up on the roof. The guy goes, you better jump off the roof. His name's Elvis. You better jump off the roof, Elvis. Otherwise, I'm going to put a bullet to your little girl. I said, Daddy, Daddy. It's all that shit. So he then pretends to... Is everything all right?
Yeah. Come down. It's fine.
He then pretends...
Come down. It's fine. She's going for a walk in the dark in the park with guides.
Okay.
So she's wearing everything.
Did I just face reveal?
Yeah,
you just face revealed.
Is it?
Yeah.
I will make sure this one never gets released to the
face
public.
reveal.
I'm going to put down
Leave her alone. Oh God.
little face reveal so we don't get this one doesn't get released.
Yes, but it's okay. No one's going to recognise you unless you're wearing all your clothes at once. Then they'll go, I know that
I
kid.
think she might be. You can you can tell she's your daughter because she's absolutely crazy. Face reveal.
It doesn't matter. It's fine.
That's a rare sighting of little one in the wild. You
Am
don't
I
get
going to
those
get
very often.
hunted down? She said.
So it goes on and he gets set a series of bizarre tasks and then he goes downstairs and the security guard's been shot and the whole building is covered in explosives and he goes up and another DJ has been shot and then he's trying to find the guy in the building and the guy's then breaking in the studio. So it's Mel Gibson and this work assistant lad.
Go on.
I'm watching.
I don't know where she's gone. I can see your bubble. Are you just putting your boots on? They're really muddy. Would you mind doing it in the hallway, please?
So
I make that noise when I put my boots on.
he breaks into him and the work experience lad break into the studio and all the time I'm thinking, oh, the twist is the work experience lad is in on it. Right, and there's this guy, and he's got like a box. He says, if I let go of this, then your wife and daughter are on the roof, and they got explosives attacked. If I let go of this, they're dead, so you can't shoot me. Then the SWAT team guy comes in, and Gary, the terrorist guy, says, right, get the belts with the vests with the explosives on, bring them down, put them on Dylan, the work experience. So they do that. And then he shoots the SWAT guy. SWAT guy dies. All these dead people. And this.
What's the matter?
Now she's loving it.
I haven't got. Are they in there? I thought you took them out. Are they not in your pockets?
No,
You took them out to school.
because when we got back from Grandma's, we did it again.
No,
I'm
mate.
getting a rare insight into Catherine's
I
life
asked
that
you
no
where my
one ever
hand
gets
was.
to
I said,
see.
Gary let my dad, and you didn't take them out.
Andy says, none-out weirdos.
Take
None-out weirdos.
They're not in there anymore because you took them out.
them. No,
Yeah,
I did not.
you did.
Didn't.
They're not in your coat pocket.
No,
Are they in your school bag?
no, I don't take them to school. I've only taken them to school.
I know we've had 5 minutes. If you've just switched back in to not get the spoilers, jump forward another 5 minutes. It's going to take longer than I thought.
They're not in the box. Why would they be in the box?
I don't know.
This is my life, I'm afraid.
Oh, God, absolutely, isn't it?
Being told I know where things are when I don't know where things are. And
69 viewers.
I'll just go. It's fine.
are they on there?
I think so.
Oh, God, just go.
I was thinking earlier, is that okay, or will you get copyrighted?
I don't think anyone's going to recognise your songs.
Oh, that's a bit mean. No. Oh, yeah, they are.
Boom.
She's going upstairs, not out. You know that, right?
Because you're a nightmare.
So anyway, so then this Dylan guy's got the explosive vests on, and he then lets go of the button. Nothing explodes, right?
Right.
So what do you think the twist is? Is Dylan involved? What's going on?
Dylan is not involved.
Okay, the twist is?
It's a dream.
That's what I thought. No, the twist is it's a prank set up by Mel Gibson because he's a late night shock jock. Everyone is an actor. No one has died. They all come in and they laugh at Dylan. The whole fucking raison d'etre, the whole thriller aspect has been a prank on this kid who's it's their first night, right? But then it gets fucking weird, right? So they'll go, come on, guy, come on, kid. Are you gonna man up, say something? This is a bit of fun. Are you gonna come back tomorrow night, or is this it? And he starts like crying, and he just walks out. It's like he walks out, and he gets to the stairs, and they go, come on, Dylan, are you gonna come on, say something? This is your chance. And he turns around, and then he falls down the stairs and dies.
No.
Yes. So then there's the whole thing, and the cops are in, and he's like there, and his producer says, "Elvis, you better, for Christ's sake." She loves being on. She's wanted to be on this stream for the last 2 years. Bye, losers.
Bye.
So, and the producer says, "You better go out the back. There's loads of journalists out the front. You better go out the back." So he goes out the back, and he's devastated. And his boss's car pulls up. Right? Oh, look at that. His boss's car pulls up and she bollocks him.
Oh, yeah, of course she does.
Absolutely bollocks him.
That's an HR thing.
You've gone too far. A lad has died because of your stupid prank.
Yeah.
Get in the car because I will drive you because the press around the front.
Is this another prank?
Guess who's driving the car?
Dylan.
Fucking Dylan was driving the car. And they all come out, they go, "We got you. We got you, man. We got you, man. We got you." And I'm thinking, you fuckers, you absolute... what a waste. When it was a thriller, it was crap, but it was a thriller. It was a crap thriller, right?
Yeah.
You don't watch a crap thriller, that's fine. But when it's double prank, when it's Give My Regards to Broad Street with 2 fake endings, it was... I'm never watching another film as long as I live. Awful.
It sounds absolute bollocks.
It was awful.
But not even charmingly so.
On the IMDb, it gets like 5.6, but then some people have given it a 10. I don't know why this film gets such a bad rap. I do, because it's bloody awful. Both endings are utter pony.
Wow.
Heated blanket.
Wow. Mel Gibson, if you didn't think he was an asshole before, you will do now.
So angry. Honestly, I don't think I've ever been that angry
with a film.
Watching a film.
Have you seen Love Actually?
Huh?
Have you seen Love Actually?
No.
Don't watch it.
I'm not going to. I realise. Visionary says Devil's Hour. I watched the first 25 minutes of Devil's Hour and went, boring.
I started trying to watch it, but yeah, I couldn't get into it.
I know it's a bit time travel-y and stuff, but boring.
Tell you what, I have completely binged
Yeah,
Motherland.
What's that? What do I know that from?
It's got loads of people in it that you would know. It's got Diane Morgan in it.
Okay, what is it?
It's a hilarious comedy, but not. It's a kind of a sitcom, but it's not a cheesy one. There's all like lots of lovely little moments in it where it's just happening in the background. Like she organizes this party and her kid is ill, but she really wants the party to go ahead because she knows that if she has everyone's kids over for this party, she will get a lot of weekends free because it's a drop-off party.
Okay.
Understanding, right? So her kid gets ill, but she insists on having the party anyway. And they're all out in the garden. And they go, "Where's the birthday girl?" And they look up and they went, "Oh, Royal Box." She's in the window waving like this, like looking really ill. And then they all turn around again to look at the guy who's brought the animals. Oh, hang on a minute, she's done knocking at the door. And then you see the kid throw up all over the window and then get dragged backwards. But it's just like a little flash. Hang on.
Terry Minot is in it.
Why won't she just leave?
That's what I often think about Catherine herself. This is a very exciting...
Water. Why do you need water? It's cold.
You need water because you're going to be walking. So I got water.
She's wearing a heated gilet. Is she wearing...
Why can't people just? Why can't children just go out?
Is she wearing the heated gilet?
She's wearing my heated gilet.
That's
Yeah,
all right. I saw the little.
we're not playing games.
I think she is.
Bye. Whoop. There we go. Now she's actually gone. I can hear the car going. We've got an hour.
Let's do it. Debbie says, feeling left out here. Am I the only one that doesn't have a TV? Then I thought it said porno, but it says FOMO. I haven't got my glasses on. Anybody else not have a TV? Honestly, I'm not watching anything. I'm not watching anything ever again. It was so rubbish. So I came and I finished my book about Graham Bond, listening to the Beatles, had a little boogie, and sat in the dark. And
Meanwhile, I've been up and down these stairs about 60,000 times today with my dad sorting out Biggin's bedroom.
Oh, is it happening? Is it happening? Is it happening?
I'll send you some pictures. I ripped up the
Yes.
Dad went out and he went, yeah, if you could just like loosen up the carpet for me while you're gone.
What?
I pulled the whole damn thing up while he was gone.
Yes.
So I've got like boxes over there of toys that are going to be distributed between the two rooms. And quite a lot have already gone, but don't tell them that.
Shh, they don't need to know.
Anything that's not got any furry guys that I don't recognise and that don't have names out.
Well, now you're single, you're seeing furry guys. What's the Spanish men? Is it? Right, gotcha. Those furry Spanish guys.
Actually, the first Spanish guy I went out with used to shave his legs.
Oh, cha-cha-wa-wa.
He was a cyclist, liked to be aerodynamic.
Yes.
Anyway, those golden days.
Some sad news. One of the routines Catherine and I have before we do the show, if she's here, we'll watch A Place in the Sun. We watch A Place in the Sun before,
yeah.
and we watch Naked Attraction afterwards, right?
Yeah, you can't cross those streams.
No. Well, they haven't. That's not around yet, but I suspect it might be. So they click live, everybody. So we watch Place in the Sun, and we quite often watch it when the kids are here, and I think they kind of dig it a little bit. They certainly appreciate the fact that we watch it.
Littlin finds it hilarious that so many of them just look around all these places and then decide not to bother.
Yeah, and we watch it, and we. No qualms in saying this. We rip the piss out of everybody.
Yes.
The chances. Quite often it'll be like a much older woman with a much younger guy. Going to rip the piss out of you. Quite often it'll be a couple of a similar age. Going to rip the piss out of you. And every single host is going to get the piss ripped out of them.
Yes, of course they are, because they take them around these places that would be okay. And we always say, don't we? This would be okay for a week, but why would you want to own it and go back every single year and share? I mean, often they're sharing pools with like the whole complex. That's a lot of bum soup. And you're going back there every single year. Why?
So I was genuinely really sad to see that one of the presenters, Johnny Irwin, who we have on many occasions ripped the piss out of, as we do with all of them, right?
Because they're estate agents and they bullshit.
And it's a funny show. I found he's dying, 48. He's got he was given 6 months to live back in 2020, but he's got lung cancer that has spread to his brain. And I was genuinely really sad to read that, because we take the piss, but you know, I kind of like the people that present it, you know, and I have a soft spot for his enthusiasm. They all wear the worst clothes possible, and we all come.
I don't know how those women go up those steep cobbled roads in those shoes.
And he's dying. He's got, and you know, that's sad in itself, and it's someone that me and Kath have watched, you know, an unhealthy amount of. It shows, but also he's got 3-year-old son and 2-year-old twins, and he's dying, and that really hit me quite a lot, and it is that, I think it is, as Visionary says, younger than me. I think it is that thing. It's younger than me. There's a little bit of that. There's the kids. You factor the kids into it. That's always tragic, and the fact that we would watch him quite a lot before we would do this show on the nights that you come round here and do it, and I just thought, man. That sucks, right? You never know. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. You just don't know what's going to happen. And, you know, touch wood, thank God. Approaching 50. Catherine's approaching 52. You know, so far, everything is right. It had made me think, my dad died at about 60, I think 62. 62, I think, of pancreatic cancer. And I did think, I'm assuming you can go and get that checked privately, because that's one of those things they don't notice until it's too late. I'm assuming you can pay to go and have tests for it.
Aren't there blood tests now?
I think so. I am going to look into it, because I want to be ahead of, because obviously someone has it in your family, there is a higher risk you get. So I am going to look into that, prompted partly because of this lad, reading about this lad. You just don't know.
No, and I get it. And I get it. My dad, I think, was on a countdown to get to 62 because that was the age of his father. Yeah. But completely different lifestyles, post-war diets, 80 a day, cigarette smoking habit. That's going to do it. I think my granddad had like 2 heart attacks by the time he was 50.
Well, that's it. My dad was an 80 a day smoker until he had a heart attack, and then he just stopped.
Yeah,
I do think he was a dry drunk, because he used to drink a lot when I was a kid, and then he stopped. He was off doing other stuff, and then he used to smoke 80 a day, and then he stopped. But pancreatic cancer is it's just body rot, isn't it? There's no reason necessarily for it. But anyway, I read that yesterday when I was doing the radio show. I was like, oh shit, that's awful. Poor lad, poor kid.
It's so strange you should mention that, and that my granddad should come into the conversation, because I saw him today.
Oh.
I was driving my eldest home from school, and a guy crossed the road, and he looked at me as I, sort of turned, and he looked just like my granddad.
Oh, your granddad is dead, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
To the point where I said to Stella, "Oh my God," and I was welling up, and she said, "Are you all right?" And I went, "He looked so much like my granddad, so much like my granddad." I said, that was like seeing a ghost.
Yeah. Yeah.
That poor guy, he probably thought, what's she staring at? It's like, oh my God, it's you.
Dave is saying Eric Idle dodged the pancreatic cancer via routine MRI. John says GPs can organise tests. I suspect if I went in at 50, they would say I was probably too young. But that's good to know, John. Thank you. And Graham says, my dad died a few years ago of cardiac arrest at 69. I'm nearly 50. It's crazy the effect it has on your own thoughts of mortality. There is a real, I think, for a lot of people, got to get past my mum or dad in terms of the age that you die, my sister, it says, I'm the age Dad was when he had a heart attack. Really? Because we weren't talking to him at that point in his life. So what, 52? Jeez. But that was when he was smoking 80 a day and was massively overweight. It's partly why I'm a little bit concerned about my weight, is because of that. But yeah, we weren't speaking to him then. I remember I was in Glasgow, and I got a phone call from a guy I didn't know saying, your dad's had a heart attack. I was like, so what? Who cares? And then I secretly phoned up the hospital to find out that he was okay. But yeah, it was, we didn't reconcile until sometime later. 52, was it? Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Isn't it? But the radio show, Catherine and I were talking about the radio show yesterday and how unpredictable this business can be. And I was reminded, Catherine, by you to treat each show as though it's the last.
Yeah.
Each show as though you're going to come off air and they're going to go, thanks very much, we don't need you back tomorrow, right? Because that happens in this business a lot.
Well, sooner or later you'll be right.
Yeah, exactly. It happens. It happens. You almost never get to do your last radio show. There is the one with the drunk lady, which is, it's heartbreaking, but it's funny. Remember the drunk lady?
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking, but it's funny. There's Danny Baker's last show where he spent the whole 2 hours slagging off the bosses and the drones that work in the office. It's an uncomfortable listen. Some people really like it. I hated it.
Chris Moyles was talking about it on I'm a Celebrity the other night.
Partly why it came up. Go on.
Did you hear about it? So
you told me.
He was talking about how he was told that he was being replaced, and who was being replaced by was Nick Grimshaw.
And he'd been there for like about 10 or 12 years and had the highest figures ever.
Yeah.
Big star.
And they said they were going to say it in the news during his show before he'd had the chance to break the news. And he said, please don't do that. And please, give me the chance to do it. And please don't do that. And they did it the next day after his show once he'd gone home. He said, and then I had 3 months to say goodbye.
So he did go back on the air?
Yeah, he did.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. So he did, yeah.
But still, he said, why would they do that? There was no need to do that.
It's a crappy business. And we were talking about that for various reasons. And yeah, you reminded me, Liv, do every show as though it is your last show. That's how Bezic does it. Bezic was quite boring last weekend. He didn't get any calls. But that was a very apt reminder. And to a certain extent, that's how you should live your life. Live every day as though it's the last, baby. You know, live. And it's a weird thing, isn't it? You know, with money's about to get even tighter for people. Thank you so much for everyone that's paying today. See you tomorrow morning at 11:15. We hope. So you got savings, but then part of you thinks, I've got savings, right? If I died tomorrow, those savings are meaningless. What's the work-life balance of saving versus living? You know, I don't know. It's a tough thing to get right, and I don't think it can ever be got quite right.
I feel like I've been doing a lot of compromising recently, and I'm due something nice.
Yeah.
Something
Lulu
nice.
says, I seem to be trudging through treacle of late. God, it's rubbish.
Exactly.
Lulu, I hear you. I suspect a lot of people are, and I'm not saying that in any way to demean your experience. We've spoken before about what is going on for you, and it sucks, right?
In a way, I find it kind of reassuring that a lot of people are feeling like this. It's not just me, you know, and I hate that we're all in it, but at least it's all of us.
Still, that budget made everyone feel a whole lot better, didn't it?
I avoided it. That was the moment I went upstairs and started pulling carpet out.
It was nowhere near as bad as we had been led to believe, right?
It never is. You know why?
Go on.
Because then you're grateful for something that you would have thought was shitty if you hadn't been prepped for something far, far worse. They do it every year with council tax.
And also, because they know they got an election coming up in the next 2 years. So, you know, there was what would appear to be, it wasn't generous in the slightest, but what would appear to be a generous thing for pensioners. And you can almost hear him going, guys, we're looking after you. Huh? We're looking after you. 2 years' time, we'll see you there. You know, I mean, it was, but we're all screwed. Dave says, as Warren Zevon says, enjoy every sandwich. So, I did my first. Well, I was trying to be oblique on Twitter, so I wrote on Twitter, does anybody have any experience of OA? And I got emails, DMs about apparently there's a television series called OA.
Oh,
is there? Do you know about this? Oh, fucking hell.
No, that wasn't. I did. Oh, and then I realised that I could get a gag in. I don't know what that is.
Evening David Turner's. We've just talked about the shittest film in the world and how it forced me to write my first ever review for IMDb.
He signed up specially.
Joe says, I was worried you had osteoarthritis. Yeah, so some people got in touch about the OA TV programme. Some people got in touch about osteoarthritis. But no, it was Overeaters Anonymous, right? Because my eating is awful. I don't vomit. I haven't done that. But I eat like an addict. I eat like an alcoholic. And I will binge eat till I feel ill, and then a little bit further. I will feel uncomfortable. I can't breathe properly. I can feel my heart going. I feel bloated. And I feel ashamed of myself. And I hate my fat old body, right? And this is what's going on in my head. And what I'll do is, what I used to do when I was trying to quit drugs is I'd wake up and go, right, today's the day. I'm not going to eat. I'm going to eat healthy. And I'd have a banana for breakfast. And then I'd have like a cottage cheese sandwich for lunch. Then I'd have like 5, literally 2 or 3 McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it. Shame and all of that. And I've been talking about it in AA a bit. And I thought, I'm going to try an OA meeting. So I posted that tweet. Someone got in touch, no names, no pack drill, who is in the fellowship.
Yeah.
And we swapped numbers and we're having a little bit of a chat, and they suggested a couple of meetings and where I could find meetings and what it kind of means and all that stuff. And I did my first online OA meeting this week, and I cried because I felt, okay, all right, this is... this is another thing that is real, and these people understand it, and I'm telling them this stuff that in my as I'm saying it, it sounds really, really dumb, and they're just nodding in agreement and coming back going, I identify with what you've just said. I got another thing I got to do. I got to work a program out. Oh man, Why can't I be normal around one thing? Daniel says, I 100% have a similar eating thing. I recently picked up regular therapy again after you mentioned this last week, as it made me realise my relationship with food isn't good. Hey, that's brilliant, Daniel. Fantastic. Well done. I'm glad I had an influence. So I think what they say, instead of I'm Iain and I'm an alcoholic, I think you say I'm Iain and I'm a compulsive overeater. And there are variations if you have... am I going to say other eating disorders? Yes, I'm going to class this as an eating disorder. If you have
Well,
other
it's
eating
certainly
disorders,
disordered eating, yeah.
there we go. Thank you. That's exactly the right phrase. Thank you. And you can add things to that as befits your experience. But I did that, and do you know what? I sent the tweet out as I'd come home with a massive fish supper that was enough for 2.5 people, and I had it on the plate, and I thought, shit. This ain't normal, man. And this ain't normal. I'm going to do my darn best to get through this. So I was chatting to this guy while I was doing that. And you know what? It's, it was one meeting. I need to do some more. I need to, get a sponsor in it and stuff. But it helped me coming home from watching Kim play football the other day. I really, really wanted to get a KFC on the way back. Really wanted a double zinger burger. And I drove home going, I'm Iain and I'm a compulsive overeater. And I didn't. I came home and I ate a little bit more than I wanted to. I made mashed potato and sausage, and I made too much mashed potato, put in too much milk. It was all runny.
But you thought about doing it rather than grabbing something.
Yes. Yes. And, I feel fat. I feel, I hate the way I look. I hate it. I suspect this might be the beginning of some kind of respite from that and some form of recovery. I need to do it. I don't want to do it, but I'm choosing to investigate this a little bit further, because speaking of death and speaking of dad and overweight and all of that, I'm aware I'm approaching 50, and now is, if I hadn't before, now is the time to start considering my heart in both a romantic and a physical way. So yeah, that's the plan. And today it's been okay. Today I was going to go out and get a Chinese, and I thought, no, I've got some ready meals in the fridge. I'm just going to have one of those ready meals.
Well, please let me know how I can support that, and if there's anything I'm doing that you would like me to think more about.
Okay. I think part of it's funny. I had this macaroni cheese, this little one portion. And then suddenly I'm wondering about the house, and I go, oh shit, I'm holding a tub of Ben and Jerry's and I'm scooping this shit out. Whoa. Literally, I was like, what? What? So put that away. Today has been a much better day. I think in the fellowship, you get a sponsor and you set, I think there are trigger foods. I think they call them trigger foods. And for me, it's definitely drive-thrus. Is a big thing.
It's that same your impulsivity makes that a thing.
But that's part of it. So we will see. Moraine says, I have complex trauma, and binging without purge is one of my coping symptoms. After you posted about it, I started looking for OA online that I can go to. Solidarity. Yes, this is great. Positive effect we're having. That's brilliant. Faith says, I used to do the same thing. A buffet used to be my worst nightmare. Well, we go to those on the world buffets, because I would go up until I felt sick, but only recently reduced my weight, and I'm now losing weight. I would eat until I felt sick. I'm overweight now that I've had to loosen my belt a little bit when I sit down. And Lulu says, can I ask a question? Can you do an AA online meeting if you've never been to a live one before for a friend? You most definitely can. Yes, you can. And what that person needs to do, I would suggest, is log into a meeting and say, this is my first ever meeting. Get that out. This is my first ever meeting. And I'm a little bit nervous and I don't quite know what to do. And they will be welcomed with open arms, and they will be shown what to do. And it was nothing but full of love. People who some AA meetings are only for people who identify as alcoholics. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. However, you have closed meetings, and this will list them on the website. They are for alcoholics, people who identify as alcoholics. They have open meetings, and people who do not identify as alcoholics can go. So occasionally you might see someone's partner in there. Occasionally, very occasionally, I haven't seen this for ages actually, you might see someone who works in a hospital or works for an addiction service or something and wants to know a little bit more. Sometimes you'll see someone and their kid's an alcoholic or their dad is an alcoholic. So if you wants to go to an AA meeting and you're not an alcoholic, look for an open meeting and it will say closed or open. And Nellie says, OA is something I've considered as my eating habits have been poor for a long time, just not sure if it's right for me and if my habits are serious enough. I'm not totally sure, but that's why I'm checking it out. Lulu says, thanks. She's gone for help from a hub, but hasn't another meeting for 2 weeks. Get in there. Go. You go onto the AA website. I can't quite remember how you look for online meetings. There's a little drop down thing, and there's 100 a day in this country. 100 a day, I would suggest, online. So,
and no one's going to turn around to you in one of these meetings and say, I don't think you're bad enough.
No.
Are they?
No. Everybody has bought the ticket for their seat. Everybody that's in there has bought the ticket for their seat. They have earned that seat. It's funny, Nellie, I sometimes think of you when I think of my weight, because I remember years ago on Talk Radio, you suggested we do like a diet thing together. And I went, no, I'm not doing that. And so, yeah, occasionally I hello, little matey. It's a raccoon. I'd buy a raccoon, but John already has. Is an obscure joke. So there we go. Those are you've heard about a crap film, and you've heard. Don't claw on this because you broke the last heated blanket by clawing on it. You can sit down. No, you can sit down, or you can bugger off. Those are the choices.
They love a heated blanket, don't they? Even Willow sits on my lap if I've got the heated blanket on.
Goodbye. Oh, she's really farty again. That's no way to speak about Catherine. I'm so sorry.
That's outrageous.
Anything else you'd like to add on that subject before we move on?
Not really on that subject. More that this morning when I spoke to you, you were on your way back from the radio station. You said, "How am I?" And I sort of did the usual, "Yeah, I'm okay." Feeling massively overwhelmed by everything. But I actually found that going upstairs and tackling that room.
That's a big thing because that's been there. That's been hanging on you for years.
It's a big job, and I was. I wanted to get it done. Then obviously, my youngest has put the brakes on a lot of things recently because she's just not ready for big changes. Because she's had quite a lot of big changes recently, and she was feeling like her life was spiraling out of control a bit. So we put the brakes on that. But you know, her sister is 14. She needs her own bedroom. So I knew it had to be done, and it was just a matter of finding the right time. And I asked my dad to help me, and actually I think it's helped my dad focus on something that is fixable, you know.
Yeah.
So we were both up there sorting that room out, and actually I think it did us both some good. The house is an absolute mess. This is like the only tidy part. There's boxes over there, but the carpet man is coming. Dad's sorted out a carpet for her. Bless him. It's only a tiny room, so a postage stamp will do it. But the carpet man is coming on Tuesday, and we put all the stuff, you know, put her new bed and everything back in there. And what I'm hoping is Littlin will see that room and be inspired and go, yes. Oh, I want that for my room. And I'm willing to go in and do the same thing for her room too. But I've had to be really careful taking things out, getting rid of things, because she just doesn't want to. She doesn't want to think about it. I mean, she at one point I've been putting clothes on Vinted. She wouldn't come in my bedroom because there was some stuff in there separated, ready to sell. She doesn't want to know about it. But anyway, I found it just useful to do something constructive and to do something kind of mindless up there, lugging boxes and stuff. But I do know that tomorrow I will not be able to move. I can already feel my back's a bit twingy. And I was coming down the stairs. What I did was I've got these big heavy boxes, sort of moving boxes full of stuff. And I would get them behind me and then start sort of sliding them down the stairs like this, and me just steadying them behind them. But I could feel my knees going. So tomorrow I will not be able to move, but we've broken the back of a big job now.
I literally nearly killed myself when my mum moved from her bedroom to downstairs. So I did it all when she was still in hospital, and she had a double bed. But it's one of those double beds, I think, that split into two bits. So that was
Right.
easy. But the mattress. So the stairs in her house, you came down the stairs, went round the corner and went down the stairs. And there was a banister. So I'm carrying this double mattress and I go backwards and I slip a bit and it pushes against me and it locks against the banister.
Oh no!
I thought, oh, this will be easy. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Were you
couldn't
trapped?
move. I was trapped. And it was pushing my chest in, so it was getting harder and harder to breathe. I'm thinking, right, so I'm panicking, and then it's like, right, don't panic. Okay, you can do this. And it was getting harder and harder. I managed to get out, and it probably lasted like 2 minutes, but I
Yeah,
did
it's
think,
the panic
shit.
of not knowing how you're going to do it, and also knowing no one's coming home for ages.
Yeah. I thought, oh, shit. What, imagine being found dead like this. What's that?
Death by
Please don't
wardrobe,
claw that.
by bed, by double
Please
bed.
don't claw that. Patty.
That reminds me of my mum telling me a story of when she was trying to move stuff out of. We had a playroom, and I'd shared a room with my sister, and she was trying to sort out a room for one of us, I think. But I was only little, and she trapped me in a room behind a wardrobe, and she couldn't get the wardrobe through the door. And I
Oh
was
my
trapped
God.
the other side of it.
Oh, my God.
Thankfully, she didn't tell me that was the case. But oh my God, maybe that's where my fear of enclosed spaces comes from.
Could be.
Being trapped behind this bloody wardrobe.
Jesus, that cat stinks.
Is she honestly? What does she eat? Have you changed her diet?
Yeah, I think she's eating shit. That's what it smells like, anyway. That's what. That's what it smells like, if I'm honest. Quite a serious show tonight, but I'm enjoying the weight of it. Oh, I
You
remember. what I
say
was
it's
gonna
serious, but actually we're both
life.
talking about situations that are heavy, but we are finding solutions to.
say. See, this is why I miss doing late night radio, because I want to talk about this stuff on the radio, but it's hard to do it on a breakfast show because that's
Yeah.
not what people want.
Morning, everyone.
But I want to be honest. I want to be here. We go. I want to be congruent on there. I struggle so much with the breakfast show because I don't know what it's meant to be.
Well, they
Anyway,
want
that's-
chirpy and cheeky, don't they?
They want all that bullshit. They can have that. Why are we not doing the show tomorrow? Because we're going to go and see Clinton Baptiste in Cambridge.
I heard
Now,
it's quite good.
apparently it's a very good show, right? Clinton versus Ramon. If anyone's going, do let us know. Now, what makes tomorrow night's show? Because the show is just Clinton and Ramon, right?
Yeah.
Twatting around trying to hypnotise each other to death. or
Probably
whatever.
saying horrible things about each other's mothers.
Yes. Well, the rumour is that Linda Pollock's going to be there tomorrow night as well. So this makes it a very, very... She's not doing the tour. She's not part of the tour, probably for financial and alcohol reasons. But there is the rumour is the Cambridge show tomorrow night, Clinton Baptiste, Linda Pollock is going to be there. Daniel says, don't tell Ruth. I got to go start my fanny.
You know, there's someone posing as Ruth online.
Is
and
it?
It's actually really nasty.
Oh, is it?
It's not her.
Who is it? And I'll block them.
Don't know.
Well, what's the...
I blocked her straight. Linda blocked her straight away.
My sister says, like when Neil Diamond brings the Fonz on stage. Have you seen that?
No.
You've not seen Neil Diamond bring the Fonz on stage? We grew up watching Neil Diamond all the time. Let's see if I can find... here we go. Would you indulge me? This will get us copyrighted. In for a penny, in for a pound. Hang on. Share screen. Here. Got to do the more share audio. It should just share audio automatically. That's what I think. Then I have to go zoom screen. Then I have to make it bigger.
Bigger still.
Thank you. So this is I need to just check. Hang on a minute. Let me come out of here. I need to just check because I need to see when we're going to get a little warning. Oh, then I'll show you about a new toy I've been playing with all day.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been playing with the toy. Right.
Oh, I've got to tell you about something I got for my little nephew yesterday for his birthday, day before yesterday.
Okay. Let me just quickly do this. Dave says, I had my last running club AGM last week. Made me think of Radio Anywhere last year, as phoning up after really helped. As you say, didn't feel like something for Jack. kind of want. Anyway, all right. So, Zoom screen is the one. Okay, so it's Neil Diamond live at the Greek Theatre, singing "Song Sun Blue." Right? Hang on a
Now,
minute.
speaking of the Greek, did you see that Morrissey went off stage and won't come back on because it was too cold there the other day?
What a prick! It's an open air theatre.
Yeah.
It's an open air theatre.
Also, you're a Mancunian, Morrissey. Man up.
Here we go. Look, do you know who this lady is?
Let me see.
Let's get. Let me see. So you can see a close up of it. Do you know who that lady is?
I do know that face.
Should we have a little listen? Should we have a little listen?
Hi, beautiful. How you doing? Huh? Will you sing it with me? You're gonna kill me for this? No, I'll come and sing in your show. Okay? We do it together. Okay?
See if you. I've lost the little thing with that tells us where we are. See if you recognise the voice.
Grows warm. You know the words?
Sun blue. Everybody knows.
Yes, Bobby Gentry.
Helen Reddy.
Helen Reddy.
Oh, yes!
Sun.
Okay, so that's Helen Reddy. Then we wanna get.
You could take off with him.
Huh?
Look at his collar. You could take off with that.
Come on, Henry!
There we go. This. As a kid, this always used to really excite me. Okay.
Henry Winkler, where are you? Come on, Henry!
He's calling out Henry Winkler, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, buddy! This is your chance!
Here's the thing, right? Henry Winkler is wearing the most comfortable cardigan. I haven't seen this for about 25 years. Wearing the most comfortable cardigan I've ever seen in my life.
Come on, Henry! Come on, Henry! Come on, Henry! You forgotten blues.
Doesn't that belong to Mr. C?
Come on, Bubba. All right, Bubba. You forgotten blues. Let's do it, Henry. Song, blue.
So he's all nervous.
Ah.
He's all nervous. But then Neil says the magic words.
Everybody knows one. Hey! Roger did. Do what Roger did. You know what you do? Will you do this for me? Do it like the Fonz would do it. How would the Fonz sing this song?
The Fonz!
Try it.
Sun blue. Everybody knows. Dig it. Sun blue. Everybody knows one.
And it's silly.
That's brilliant.
And it's silly.
Winkler strikes me as being a genuinely delightful man.
He has. I've worked with him. I did a best of Happy Days thing for Channel 5, and I only did it because it paid £5,000. But I got to work with him, and they asked him to dress up the Fonz. He went, "Nah, I ain't going to do that." So I had to dress up as the Fonz. There's a picture somewhere out there. I had to dress up as the Fonz next to him, and I said, "Mate, I am so sorry." He said, "Iain, it's just a pleasure to be working with you, and I think you're such a talented guy, and I'm really enjoying being with you, so please don't apologize for anything."
Ah.
I think Mackenzie was friends with him for a while as well, because he's dyslexic.
Yeah.
And he writes books for kids about dyslexia. And Mackenzie knew dyslexic kid, and so he was helping out with that. And yes, Henry Winkler helped the actor that played Mr. Miyagi get sober.
Wow.
And he reached out to Erin Moran, who played Joni, who is dead now, and I believe ended her life as an alcoholic and potentially, I think she dies a drug addict in a trailer park.
Yeah.
After a bit, and I only say that to illustrate big TV star that. And he was reaching out to her when he was in Arrested Development and said, "Look, if you can get sober, I can get you a part in this show. You know, she's not worked for 25 years. If you get sober, clean and sober, I'll get you a part in this show." It's, it's as simple as that. And then she died, unfortunately. So yeah, he is one of the nicest men in show business, the business of the show. Remember a while ago I was doing a lot of online shopping.
Yeah.
My final shirt has arrived.
Oh, yeah.
I have not opened it.
Right.
Should we open it?
Yeah.
Should we see what we got here? Nicole Fari.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was going to be green. Well, you probably would say it was green. It looks great. This is. See that? It's like a dress shirt.
Yeah, what's going on at the front there? Oh, I like that.
You know what? That might get worn tomorrow.
Do it.
That might get worn tomorrow. That or the. I thought it'd be a little bit more outrageous than that. There you go. That's nice.
I like it when you go in the dressing up box. You should.
Yeah, that was when I was. Was I high then or low then? I can't remember. I'm coming out of my. I've been really fucking low the last week or so, and I'm coming out of that.
Yeah.
I'm coming out of that.
Good.
And feeling a little bit better.
Tell me about this toy that you've been playing with all day.
Oh, it's so geeky. So I was listening to this. I listen to these American Beatles podcasts that aren't particularly. Hello. That aren't particularly good, right? And there's one I just signed up to. I listened to it ages ago. I didn't like it, but I thought, I want to hear some inane Beatles chat that just functions in the back of my head. And it's called Talk More Talk, and it's about solo Beatles. And they had this guy on. Good evening, Jimbo. It has been noted. They had this guy on who does this thing called a podcast called Producing the Beatles. Yeah. And what he was doing was what the Beatles Revolver box set didn't do, and he was isolating the vocals and instrumentals. And so he'd play like the drum. He'd go, here are the drums from Rain, and you can hear that Ringo's playing this, and here are the vocals from here, there, and he was doing it. I thought, oh, that's interesting, because the only reason that box set exists is because Peter Jackson's team developed this technology where you play a Beatles song to it, and it can go, right, that's Lennon's guitar. It can recognise that's Lennon's guitar, that's Harrison's guitar, that's Paul's bass, and it can separate them. It's the only way. And and I was thinking, this technology is out of out. And then this guy went, and there's a website where you can do it for free. It's not as good as that one, but you can do it for free. Oh, is there now? So I spent the entire afternoon on this website. What is it called? M for mother, VSEP.com. MVSEP.com. And just loading up monkey songs and taking the vocals off and going, holy shit. So the vocals to Daydream Believer, Isolated, just amazing. The Door into Summer. So I've been having the time of my life uploading. I had a really good Monkeys YouTube channel, which is still out there, Rare Monkeys, but I can't access it anymore. So I got a new one. I can't remember what it's called. And just uploading, this is really made me so happy. Uploading the isolated drum tracks for Pleasant Valley Sunday. I was having the time of my life, and it's so good, right? Some of them it doesn't quite work, and it sounds a little bit crunchy. But some of them, it's amazing.
Brilliant.
You just upload the song. 2 minutes later, it goes, right, what do you want to play? Vocals? You want drums? What do you want? Bass? And you just click the box and you get it. Oh, it's absolutely marvellous. So that was the toy. What's the website again? Let me put the link in the chat. I think I'm allowed to put a link in here. I tweeted it but then I deleted I deleted the tweet because it has like a queuing system. And whereas before I tweeted it, it was like, oh, you're third in the queue. And then I tweeted it went, you're 42nd in the queue. It's like, right, well, I'm deleting that. But if you're listening on the podcast, M for mother, VSEP.com. And it is the most fun you can have with listening to songs that you know and then just putting them in and going, I just want to hear the vocals. And for a lot of them, it works really, really, really well. Jimbo says, have I missed the face reveal? I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, you've missed that.
Although she was under about 5 layers of clothes, so if you ever recognise her, you'd be doing very, very well.
Pick a song, and we'll do it. Pick a song.
All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, let's just go. Oh, Valerie.
Which one? There's 3. There's 4.
I don't know. You pick one.
What? The which? By whom?
The monkeys.
Oh, you want to go for the monkeys?
Yeah.
Go for something. Go for something else. Go for anything.
Something completely different.
Yeah, go for anything.
All right. Wham! Club Tropicana.
Okay, let's see. Club Tropicana. All right, we're going to do it. So what I need to do is I need to get my little 4K YouTube to MP3 program. So we click that.
Oh, and then we've got to do some mamas and papas because they'll be immense.
Okay, then we go to Club Tropicana. And what we do...
Here at Lola's Cupcakes, we spend our days baking delicious handmade treats.
Okay, this will be fun. This will be fun. So we're going to copy that. Then I need to just paste that link. So this is going to download the MP3 for me from the YouTube. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. It's so geeky. And I was in, so I've got to show that in folder. There's we're going to drag that to the desktop. Then we go to mvsp.com, add audio file. And Wham! Club Tropicana. Click that. I am not a robot. Then you click
affirmative.
And you click. Then you click the separate button. I'm not going to buy your coffee yet, but I might do at some point because you've been very helpful. Oh Jesus, we're position 89th in the queue of 94. So we'll wait. This is because I tweeted it. Right, we'll wait. Yeah. We will come back to that, and we will see. We'll see what it does. We'll see what it does. But for geeky old men like me and Dave Dogface, this is just like I like
wonderful stuff like that too.
Yeah, this is just wonderful.
I was a legend this week. A legend.
Talk to me.
My littlest nephew's birthday. What do you get for a kid he is sporty, he's butch.
Yeah.
He's also a little bit geeky. He likes facts. I bought him what's it called? Like a planetarium torch thing for his bedroom. He loves that, right? Yeah. He's learned everything. He's into dinosaurs, so I bought him a dinosaur. But not just any dinosaur, a remote control one. It looks like a velociraptor.
Oh, flipping it.
And it walks along like this. and
Hang on, why are you doing an impression of my dancing? What's going on here?
It's just got the funniest action, right? It's got the funniest action. So I gave him this present and his face lit up, and then chasing people around with it was the best. And I said to him, so what are you going to call it? And without missing a beat, he went, Gary. So Gary was terrorising everyone all night. It was great. It's only about 30 quid, but he had so much fun with it.
I like the sound of
Job
that.
done. Oh, yeah, it was so good. I was even thinking about getting his brother one, but then my sister said, oh, he doesn't really like dinosaurs. I was thinking, they love Gary. They need a Barry. They could do races.
Have you seen that Neighbours is coming back?
Yeah.
On Amazon?
Yeah. Well, we all said goodbye, though. We're all okay.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No, you can't just walk in here like nothing happened.
Someone has just what's this tweet? This is great news, and I'm sure they'll pick up where they left off. But how funny would it be if they set the show in 2042 and had the actors in makeup to make them look 20 years older, and don't mention anything that's happened in the 20 years that's gone so far? Why am I following silly Hollyoaks tweets?
I keep having to reset my Twitter to go to latest tweets rather than top ones. It keeps ignoring it. Yeah. And there's someone I keep muting and he keeps popping back in.
Who's that?
Someone we know? I'm not saying.
Is it someone we met recently?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's someone who posts a lot and adds a lot of people in.
I know exactly who you mean.
I keep muting it and muting the conversation, but he keeps coming back. I think he's magic. There must be something about having a list of about 20 people that means that you can circumvent the mutes.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. So I get message requests on Facebook. Someone wants to message you. Tony Edwards wants to message me. All right, let's have a little look at that.
Is it rude?
He's just sent Ryan Reynolds, which is what people used to say at me. And then I had the real Bob Mortimer, real with 2 L's on Instagram, DM me. Hey,
Sounds
Ian,
legit.
how's it going? I just replied, fuck off, you twat. Which I would have said to Bob anyway. So double bubble,
Wow.
dear listener.
I've not checked my Instagram for ages. I occasionally get strange approaches.
Oh, I go on there because I follow quite a few ADHD people, and I was recommending it to someone. Yeah, I was recommending it to someone, so I had a little look-see about that. Jimbo says, Jenna bought farewell tour tickets for Neighbours. We are being ripped off. Well, it does seem to feel like it's Kiss's farewell tour. And Kiss have Kiss have been doing farewell tours since 1994. Seriously, it's nearly 30 years of the farewell tour.
Just can't get rid of them. It's like saying goodbye to my mum at the end of a phone call.
And Visionary says, James Blunt has many accounts trying to message me on TikTok. I think he fancies me. Yeah, there's a lot of that. I mean, when I came out as bi, and I was getting all these like 28, 32-year-old lads. Hey, you look hot. Hey, Ian, heard you came out. You look hot. Do you want to meet up for a coffee? No, fucking no, don't. Go away. I'm not into kids. 28 years old. 20 years older than you. Goodbye. Also, I don't want to go away. I don't want to...
They're going to shoot their shot, literally.
Oh, yeah, not on me, they've not.
Requests. Oh, what's this? Okay.
Look at that fire there. Look at that. That's there we go. It was, I tell you what, in my house, I went for a doze at 3. And at 5, I woke up. I was absolutely freezing to the point where I thought maybe I'll put the heating on for half an hour. No, don't put the heating on. Put your heated gilet on. Get your heated blanket. Get your hoodie. Do what you have to do. Do not turn the heating on. Well, I'm getting to the point though. I will have to start turning it on when the kids are here.
Well, this is it. The children are here. I do turn it on for an hour.
You had it on?
I've had it on.
Yeah. And then do you have it off?
Yeah.
Then I suppose you can turn the heating off because it's hot then. Graham says, I'm considering...
Not the way I do it.
Graham says, I'm considering sleeping in my air fryer. That is the solution to everything these days.
Oh, can I ask for some air fryer tips, please? Because
Go on.
I made a bolognese the other day and I was thinking, surely if I start it off in the pan, like brown off the stove and blah, 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 I could put it in the air, because my air fryer's got a bake facility.
Oh,
I thought,
okay.
That's just like an oven.
baking is cakes.
It's just like putting something in the oven.
Well, why would you put bolognese in the oven? That's in the pan
Oh, I
on
do.
the top. Oh,
No. The way I do it, I put it in for an hour.
Deary me. Deary me.
Anyway, so
Visionary
I put
says, yes, you can do that.
Yes. Well, I tried, but it didn't seem to cook through right, because I put carrots in mine. I know, don't start lecturing me about what you put in your bolognese. I put carrots in mine and they were still crunchy.
Jen says, I put the heating on for the first time today. It's a sad moment, like when you first draw breath in a hold your breath contest. Visionary says, yes, you can do that. And Jimbo says the answer is get HelloFresh. Now, Jimbo, I will let you plug your HelloFresh. You know he's being sponsored by that.
Yeah, I noticed.
Forgot to say, Jimbo, no, I forgot to say. He's given away 2 free boxes of HelloFresh. One to me, one to you. I forgot to pass that on. Jimbo.
Thanks, Jimbo.
You plug... seriously, and I went back saying, "No, don't give it to us." You know, he said, "No, it would be my pleasure for you both to have it." I completely forgot. Thank you for the reminder.
That's really sweet of
I
you.
will
Thank you.
send you the details, Jimbo. If it would help, if you want me to tweet about it for you, I would be very, very happy to do that. I would be very happy to do that. Put your link in. If you want to do a tweet and at me, I will tweet. I will retweet that as well. That is the least, literally the least I can do. Literally, the least. Thank you. So that's what Jimbo's done for us. What are you doing for us? Yes, I know you're paying to watch this, but what else? Could you go on above and beyond your Patreon subscription? Imagine. Visionary says, toss every now and again, Catherine.
That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. I was
It's
mixing
good to clear out the pipes.
I don't know, it just doesn't seem to cook through. I've tried a couple of things. I tried doing a beef stew in it as well. And it just didn't seem to cook the vegetables through. So I must be doing it wrong.
I don't know.
Because it's an amazing machine. I love it so much and I don't regret buying it at all.
It's the best, isn't it? I only use my oven if I'm doing a pizza because you can do it in the air fryer, but it don't fit. If I'm doing a pizza, that goes in. I don't know if my good friend Alistair is here, but he told me he did roast potatoes in them the other day.
Oh, I
and
imagine
they
that's
worked.
I imagine that's eminently doable. I've done saute potatoes in there before.
You done what?
Saute potatoes.
Saute.
Saute.
So Saute.
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 Saute. Saute. Alistair
Or
says,
salty potatoes.
There we go. Alistair, how did you do? Every time you mention your air fryer, I remind you of the crap you gave me for buying one, says David Turners.
Well,
Let me just do a little thing here. Hang on, here's what I can do. Yeah, I've timed him out. I'm not having that shit. Not having that shit. Not from him.
Impudence.
He is quite short. There we go. There's a link. Jimbo has put a link into the chat. He is doing some wonderful streams with the wonderful people at HelloFresh. I suggest you click on that link. Jimbo's going to tell you why you should. I suggest you 50% off your first box, 35% off your next three. I'm guessing you could cancel when you want, Jim. I'm guessing 50% of your first box. That's good. Tweet it out, Jimbo, at me, and I will do a little retweet of that. Alistair says for your roasties, spray oil on the outside of your tats and cook 20 minutes at 200. All right. I'm giving it a go. You can pause or cancel your HelloFresh whenever you like. Because I've got the boys for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Oh, good. I was going to ask you what's happening then.
Because last year it was an absolute disaster because I had COVID. I was supposed to get on Boxing Day and I had COVID.
We got fed through the window last year.
Did you?
Yeah, my mum and dad came round with our dinner on a tray and put it through the window. We were like monkeys in a zoo.
I am wondering what I can do dinner-wise in the air fryer. So I'm going to do. I should do some little experiments before. Very quickly, Jim says, I get paid if you take delivery of the first box. It buys Jenna something lovely. Currently, she's aiming for a Chloe handbag.
Oh, I say.
Get paid if you take delivery of the first box. That's all you got to do is get that first box to your house, guys. Yeah, I want to see what I can do in the air fryer. Let's be honest, the air fryer is, as I suspected when I got it and started using it, it's the new microwave. It's the thing. People go, oh, have you heard about their microwaves? They're very good. And then you get it and everything goes in the microwave.
Oven chips are so much nicer in the air fryer.
Oh, my God, because oven chips, they never get cooked properly in the oven.
No, they're shite in the oven, aren't they?
And you do them in there and they come out like nice, really tasty chips.
Yeah, and mine's got a max crisp facility as well, so I can just finish them off. Yeah, I'm glad I bought that when I had some money.
Yeah, no, I am.
It's really helpful now.
I am absolutely thrilled with my air fryer, and I think it was visionary that pushed me over the edge, so to speak. Graham says I did fried chicken tonight in mine. It was brilliant.
Yeah,
it's the best, man. Sausages in there. So get some sausages, right? Even those crappy like bird's eye frozen burgers in there for 8 minutes. They're quite juicy. They're still not the best burgers, still not like getting fresh burgers, but they're infinitely better than they have ever been in an oven.
Air fryers, eh? Who knew?
Visionary did.
Yeah. Mine dehydrates, so I can make banana chips if I wanted to.
Alistair says, how long for sausage? Some people, many, many years. Some people just, a night out on the town. If you've been cooking them, I do them for about 7 or 8 minutes on 185.
You have to experiment when you first get yours. Get to know your machine. Like you would with a new oven.
Got to play around with it.
Yeah.
Find out. Put this heated blanket up.
I'm just going to nip to the loo if you don't mind, because I'm busting.
Okay.
I woke up this morning, because my toe was hurting. I think I've got because I cut my toenails straight. There was a bit in my big toe sticking in my actual foot, and I lay there for ages going, "Oh, I'm gonna have to get up and sort this toenail out." No, I'm not getting up. I'm gonna lie here until 7 o'clock, and then when you realise that you're spending all your time thinking about how you're not getting out of bed, but actually you really need to get out of bed. I went and cut it, and it's sorted now. But that's quite painful, isn't it? The old toenail when it goes. Is that us becoming old?
I was breathing in for the whole time you said that story. I think that deserves some. Oh, she's off. Okay.
Thanks for your simps. We'll be a minute. Don't listen,
I
pervert.
listened to her story about toes. She would not listen to my story about breathing in for the whole time. I'm wearing a shirt. I'm wearing my white denim shirt. It's got press studs, which I like. I haven't worn this for ages. Got nice little collar there. Cuffs, collars and cuffs. I like that. So yeah, living the dream. Shall we invite, does anyone want to come and join us? You don't have to if you don't want, but if you want to, you're very, very welcome to come and join us. I just need to... What is going on here? What is going on here, ladies and gentlemen? I need a pee, but I'm not going to leave you guys. I'm gonna... Why is my son signed up for Krispy Kreme rewards? Oh my God. Kids are weird, right? The crap that... Because I get my kids' emails, right? The crap that they sign up for is remarkable. What's going on here? Let me just click this. Hang on. Well, I'm gonna buy me a dog. Cause I need a friend now. Oh, here comes Jimbo. I'm gonna buy me a dog. A black and white spotted shirt. It's the white got a little bit tainted pink and it's a little bit tight, but I will be wearing that again, Debbie. I promise you. Jimbo, sorry, son. Is your dad Jimbo there? Oh, we can't hear you, mate. Oh, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Sorry, go on.
I was taking breath.
Okay.
I think the last time we were in a patron Zoom, Jen made me put the face tune thing on. So I think it's smoothing out some.
You look absolutely beautiful. And Nelly says Jimbo is looking fresh. Hello.
Hello, fresh Jim.
There we go. How's that? So you get these promos through Stream Elements? Is that how you're doing it?
Yes. Yeah.
And how's it going? Are people going for it? People biting?
I've had 5 so far.
Beautiful.
And I get a good chunk of change for each one.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah. I know there's one more being signed up. My brother's doing one. But I mean, the 50% off is crazy because you literally couldn't buy that food.
So if you get the first box delivered, can you then cancel it and do you still get your cut?
Yeah.
I mean, in that case, you're right. You couldn't buy the food for that price, so you might as well get that and quids in.
And for us,
Jimbo's quids in.
It's replaced takeaways for us, so we're going to carry on using it even when it's full price. And that's not me being a sales pitch. It has saved us so much money,
really?
And we're eating better than we were. The food's delicious. The recipes are a lot more. They're not complicated. There's normally just 6 steps, but the food is so tasty. The ingredients are really good quality, and they're all fresh. Hence the name.
Tweet it, and I'll tweet it out for you, David.
I haven't got Twitter anymore.
Oh yes,
good
right.
for you.
Talk. I just want to say, David is unmuted, and untimed out. And what's great is he's still kept his spanner, so you can. Jimbo's face. Yes, mate.
I think only you can do it.
Okay. Shall we try it?
Well, on me.
Yeah, let's try it. And then let's try it here. Oh, that's right,
Yeah.
Visionary. You as well. And look at that little cat that's looking all shocked behind you. Is right to be shocked.
There's about to be a cat fight.
Jimbo and Visionary are timed out. Let's see.
Massacre of the Mods.
Look at Catherine's evil cat, and look at your
That's
weird
Yoshi.
shocked
Look how
cat,
massive he
Visionary.
is.
That's Modi, and then Thor is about to.
There we go. Here we go. Hang on, don't move. I want to watch this. Look at them, absolute dickheads. Here we go. Oh, Caterfer, thanks for letting me know you're there. Appreciate that. You're not now. Oh, let's just watch. Look at them.
I love how they pretend they can't see each other.
Well, Thor has just seen Faith sit down. And I think they're just watching.
They're
her
just
now.
staring at me.
Oh,
Retraction.
now is the perfect time for the black one to attack because they're so. Honestly, I could sit and watch that all day.
Go
They're
for
so
it.
weird, aren't they?
Here we go.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Easy.
Oh, we go.
Hello.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Did the other one shut it?
Yeah,
Yes.
she could shut the curtain.
She went in there.
There's movement. Hang on. Hang on.
This is mesmerising.
All right. Well, there is movement of that curtain. Something is going on.
Someone's going to get a smack in the face.
Yeah. All right. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on that. There he
We'll
is.
just manoeuvre a bit better. So we
Hello,
can-
Alistair.
Hey up. Right.
Right.
Good.
I thought you said why. Why?
Why? That's me. Why?
I was going to play Uno tonight, and I'm reminded, Alistair, that's how we first met, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We
And I
play-
won. You were very kind, and because I didn't have or even knew how to play it, but you guided me to a win, Ian.
Imagine that, a late night show on Talk Radio, Talk TV, where I think James Whale is now talking absolute balls about global warming. We played Uno on the radio. I was going to play Uno tonight, but I don't actually know where my Uno cards are. Maybe we'll do that next week.
If only Mel Gibson had seen that, then he would know that his way was not the way.
That film was so awful.
You've started him off again.
Honestly, I set up an account on IMDb and wrote a review just because of that piece of crap film.
What was the name of it, Ian?
Sorry?
What was the name of the film?
On the Line, starring Mel Gibson, where he plays a late night shock jock. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Utter. Well, I nearly said a vulgar word there.
Balls.
I was going to say, yeah.
It was no Nighthawk then, because Nighthawk was brilliant.
Now, was that the one where it was he'd solve crimes?
No, that's Midnight Caller.
Midnight Caller. I don't know. Night Talk.
Oh, was that? It might have been that.
Yeah.
When you say
no
good night,
one-
America, wherever you are.
No one has ever been able to do good acting as a late night radio host. Well, apart from one person. Do you know who?
Go on.
This guy in Mandy. I'm the only person that's come close. And even then, it's a bit shonky. I'm the only person that's come close to being able to act a late night phone-in host. You can't do it. Particularly Americans can't. There's that. What's the Oliver Stone film, Catherine?
Talk Radio.
Which I bought again on DVD because I watched it 10 years ago and thought it was shit. And
I
to try
bought it
again.
and it's still in the wrapper.
But he's crap in it. The guy that does it, because it's scripted.
Yeah.
What you want is someone to go in there and you film 3 hours
Of them riffing.
or a whole day of them riffing. But
Yeah.
they don't. It's all scripted and it's crap. Can't do it.
Turns out it's harder than it looks.
Turns out it's harder than it looks. I've listened to feedback from my boss, and I'm trying to make the show more local. Trying to make it more local.
I know.
And,
I've heard your version of Cathfax.
Sorry?
I've heard your version of
Yeah,
Cathfax.
that's it. Yeah. Jack Facts.
What do you call it?
Jack Facts it up. Because it sounds
Jack
almost
Facts
like
it up.
fucks it up. That's the joke.
Ian, to be topical, what you could do, I think your boss would be really impressed with this,
Yes.
is basically everybody who, is a fan who doesn't live in Oxfordshire like us all,
Yes.
we all turn up like refugees.
Oh my God.
And we actually come to the studio and say, right, we're actually ringing from Oxford or something like that.
I want to do a show where I invite people into the studio. I'm just worried that no one will turn up. It's always the thing with that thing, and it is slight anyway. But that is an excellent idea. Some of the news stories on there are a little bit.
Oh,
They're a little bit. I think. Oh,
Does Joe pick those?
no. Yeah, good.
Oxford Council was upset not to be told that 200 refugees would be moving into. 200 people are going to be put up in a hotel. Okay. Some of them are doctors and nurses and teachers. Okay. Okay.
They missed a word out of the statement though, because it wasn't sufficient notice, is what they were complaining
Right.
about.
Okay. It's a
Which
strange old
who decides what sufficient notice is?
Exactamundo, Officer Fox.
In an emergency situation.
Oh look, Visionary's completely jumped out of the picture so that we can watch the cat action. The caction.
Yeah, I figured it'd be better.
Basil's had the all clear on his ear. He had a really nasty ear infection, but
Ooh.
we've been this evening, and he's a bit waxy, but he's fine.
Good. Have you got to clean his ear out?
We have been having to, yeah. They don't want him to have the drops anymore. Apparently, they're like the nuclear option that they've given us because
I'm always giving Big Boy ear drops because he's always got ear mites. I haven't seen. In fact, I don't see him very often now. He comes in. When I come home from the radio about 11, half 11, he's in, but he's not been there for dinner the night before or breakfast. So I give him some lunch, and then I've not seen him all day, and I won't see him till tomorrow lunchtime. No idea is. I know his arse is in a terrible, terrible state. I know that much.
What, worms?
No, not worms. It's just like all wet and matted. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? But he's obviously
sitting in puddles.
Yeah.
I've noticed Yoshi started to get little knots. I've had to cut some out recently. He's not my friend
I don't
about
hardly
it.
see him, and it's weird because I don't worry about him because I know, hey, this is a guy I worry about. It's Dave. Hello, Dave. Oh, wait, let me just check. We are number 3 in the queue of separating the tracks from Wham's Club Tropicana. We will hear.
Probably Dr. J's probably been there all day doing it.
Did you ever go on it, Dave?
No, I haven't had a. Someone's got work to do.
It's a website called mvsep.com, and what you do is you upload a track to it, and then it separates the vocals, the guitars, the drums, and the bass, and you can. It's really nerdy. I bet it'll be great for Beatles fans. It's great for me as a Monkees fan because I'm just ripping them and up. It's a lot of fun. It really is.
Remember at the Pink Floyd exhibition they had a little mixing desk with money playing on it, and you could, slide the faders up and down and mix it yourself. Which is, I was on there for half an hour.
If you put one of the faders up, it's
Roger Waters just ranting. Yeah.
Putin is absolutely right. COVID is 5G.
I used to have, there was a time when those multi-tracks used to be downloadable, and there's a really nice one of Heard It Through the Grapevine with Marvin Gaye sort of rehearsing between each. Yeah, it's really nice.
I've heard that one. He's such a beautiful voice.
What's going on for you, Dave? What's happening? We've been texting a little bit, but I've not really been feeling well enough to. But if people have been messaging me, and I've not.
I was
really
saying
replied.
about terrible films.
Yes.
The end of Birdie. And if you remember Birdie from about '84.
What's Birdie?
It's a film about a guy who is always trying to fly, and at the end.
Vietnam vets, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a Vietnam vet.
I think I've seen that.
Nicholas. Oh, is it Nicholas Cage and Matthew Modine? I can't remember.
Nicholas Cage and both of them are in it. Yeah.
Yeah. And at the end, we should play it. But
he flies.
Well, he gets on top of a rooftop, and he jumps off. And Nicholas Cage goes, "Birdie, no!" And it cuts to it. He goes to the edge of the thing. And he looks down, and Birdie's just on a roof, slightly slower down. He looks up to him and goes, "What?" And then it cuts. That's it. It cuts to La Bamba, and that is it. It's the weirdest thing. It's the biggest.
That's poor taste, considering Richie Valens died in a plane crash.
Exactly. But it's the sickest thing. It's just like, it's the whole slow motion thing, and then he just goes, "What?" And it
good soundtrack by Peter Gabriel, though.
Yeah, it is great. But in the fact it cut straight to the back. Yeah. It's they might as well give the middle finger there as well. Like, fuck you. You watch this thing with this guy who wants to fly for the last.
Whoa. First of all, Jimbo's back. Well, welcome back after your time out. I'm just flexing the muscles a little bit, guys. Just showing you what can be done. Joe says, "I won't have this. The ending of Birdie is brilliant."
That's my brother-in-law.
Oh.
So is he a reliable narrator or no?
He is, yeah. He knows his stuff.
Yeah.
If your brother-in-law thinks that the end of On the Line is brilliant, he will get banned.
I bet he's probably not watched it.
Um,
I'm just surprised that with all the crap
he's
films
an
you watch,
edgelord,
Ian,
is he? He's an
I'm
edgelord.
trying to think of fake DJs and stuff. If there's any good ones?
Hang on, did you say all the crap films that I watched, Jim?
yeah, you watch all the stuff that's got 2 stars on Amazon Prime, don't you?
No, well, sometimes, but no. I generally, if something goes below 5.6 on IMDb, I generally avoid it. Generally, swerve. Anyone signed up for Amazon with adverts yet?
Oh, freebie. No, I looked at it.
No. I'm sorry, not Amazon. Netflix.
Netflix
with
Oh
adverts.
no, I've got the full
It's
blown.
only it's because I was always on the lowest Netflix, the SD standard definition, one user, $6.99. That's fine for me. So I thought the one with adverts would be significantly cheaper. It's $4.99. That doesn't feel that cheap. If it was $3.99, do you know what? I'd be in. I'd give it a go. $4.99 doesn't feel close enough. It doesn't feel good enough.
I think that probably tells you how much ad revenue companies are getting currently.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Well, I know. I used to voiceovers for TV and radio ads, and 10 years ago they were saying TV ads were way down, and radio ads hardly make any money. They're giving away. Not talking about Jack on bigger stations. They're giving away advertising because no one wants to pay for it anymore on radio. It's nuts.
Yeah. I've got a moan I'd like to mention very quickly.
A mower?
A moan.
A moan.
I thought you said a mower. I thought it would be shop.
He's doing an advert for a mower.
Moan away.
Cut grass.
I've got Scare Electrics on the swap.
Bradley Walsh is on everything these days. And can we just not have Bradley Walsh on? It's on BBC.
Yeah.
He's on ITV.
Here.
And I've had enough.
He's good on Blankety Blank.
Well,
policemen are getting younger as well, aren't
just
they?
too much of him. That's all.
I know what you mean. I like him. He's a nice guy. I do think there's something slightly when you meet him. There's something slightly about him. I don't mean that as if saying money grabbing. I mean just something a little bit sticky about him. I'm not quite sure what. But yeah, I agree, Alistair.
It's just that, like.
Oh, hang on, stop! Cat fight! Cat fight! Cat fight! Cat fight! Here we go.
Modi's going to fall off. Be careful. He's got his butt on my shoulder. He's got his butt entirely on my shoulder. I can't move.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Sandra.
Look at that frozen paw, ready.
Ready to strike.
You're
Like
the
a
purchase,
cobra.
you're visionary. Cobra. This is like
This is like Birdie.
This is like the end of Enter the Dragon, isn't it? Look.
And now doing that I'm not bothered thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
Do they
So
normally
you
get
see-
on?
Yeah, they do. He wants to play with her and she doesn't. So he'll end up jumping on her head at some point. And then get told off. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's exciting. We've got our eye on that. We will keep you. Don't worry. If you're listening to the podcast, it's a very vicious fight between a black cat and a black and white cat. And it probably is the most exciting thing I've seen all week.
The black and white cat just cannot even with this guy.
No.
Yeah, she's how dare he? He's so below her, it's ridiculous.
Just go away.
Alistair, I accept your moan and I give it full credence and full weight.
Yeah, it's just that, like, you feel, especially with ITV, they've got certain people doing all the jobs and nobody else can get a look in.
Well,
As
they're
ever
on
thus.
contract, aren't they?
I tell you what, Dermot O'Leary, give someone else a chance doing voiceovers.
I was
on
just
adverts.
thinking of
Please,
Dermot.
Let someone else do a voiceover for once. You got it. You got it. Come on, give a guy a break. Give a brother a break.
Joel Dommett's headed that way as well, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
But we like Joel in this house.
Yeah, no, Joel's great.
He's become a bit of a joke in our house because the girls go, "Mum's been for a Nando's with him."
Yeah, it's true.
Remember we went for a Nando's with
We
him.
went for a Nando's with him, didn't we?
I only mention it every time, so now they jump in before I can mention it.
How come you went for a Nando's with them?
Jungle, innit? And he came on our show, but he we did very well in the jungle, and he was host. Was he hosting the Jungle spin-off show?
Yeah, that they're not doing this year, are they?
They didn't. They're not. Yeah, and we sort of became friends. And he's one
Oh,
of those people. I
brilliant.
looked at him and thought, how the fuck? Well, oh, this sounds bitter. This sounds bitter. Maybe it is bitter. I look at him and think, God, how did you get that brilliant career after that? Because he's really, really talented, right? It's not anyone knocking him.
Also, he's beautiful.
So am I.
Bland.
Do you
He's
think?
very pretty.
He's pretty, isn't he?
So am I.
Yeah.
Pretty bland, and grannies love him. And
I think there is an element of that. I wish
Oh,
I could.
thanks.
I think
but
it's the cop.
it's the whole 8 to 84, isn't it? It's
He-
a
Oh.
bit like Ant and Dec, it's,
Yeah.
He is able to dampen it down, a la Dermot, isn't he? He's able to do that thing of being
I wish
innocuous.
I could keep. I wish I could. It's too late now. I wish I could have kept my mouth shut because I wouldn't have a mortgage. But that's by the by.
I was going to say, doesn't he benefit a bit from the Kardashian sex video effect? Because he got caught knocking one out in a beanie hat.
He did, but most people, I think, don't know about that now.
in a beanie hat.
He
He wasn't
wearing the
knocking it out
beanie hat?
into a beanie
This is-
hat.
yeah. Okay.
Really? Did that actually happen?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he got trapped.
Yeah,
God.
one of these ones where they had a video of a, or it might have even been an actual person, but they were recording the whole thing in order to extort him.
Blackmailed him. So instead, he just fronted it
Okay.
out, didn't he?
Yeah,
Mm.
he did a program about it as well,
Yeah.
didn't he? Like speaking to the people who were selling the pictures and finding out how much money and everything, and confronted the one that had sold his, and yeah, it was a fascinating program.
Yeah.
I get messages all the time saying, "Oh, we know what you've been looking at
I'm
on your
getting a lot of
computer."
those at the moment. Yeah.
And yeah, okay, well, I'll send you the money right now. No,
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of those at the moment.
Apparently, I just need a bigger appendage. According
Yeah,
to
I've been offered a larger penis.
Who said that? Oh, Visionary's still here. Hiya! I forgot you were there.
I'm quite often offered one. It'd be, "Hey, Catherine, enhance your penis." And I went, I don't think you're a
Yeah.
real person writing that.
Should I be worried that I don't get those anymore?
You don't need it, mate.
They've
you
heard
don't
tell.
need it. You should be proud.
You're on a different list.
hello,
Oh,
Fresh.
that's not a nice thing to say, because whenever you say someone's on a list, there's only one list that people think of.
I meant the big penis list, but okay.
It sounds like Operation U-Tree, which I don't think Jimbo's on.
No, definitely not.
New
That's
Year's
on a
New Year's
register.
honours
It's not the
list,
same
it
as
could
being
be.
on a list.
I would call that a list.
Oh,
Mine, it's a register.
Okay. The fire's still going there. If you and I got a cat on my lap. Everyone had pats. Oh, moved a little bit. Too
I've got
fast.
one on my shoulder. It still hasn't moved.
Look at that. Does anybody? Oh, by the way, £15 Patreons. If you've missed this, Saturday morning at 11 a.m. We did it specifically because we knew Jimbo was not available. That'll.
I mean, I am doing something very exciting and choosing the flooring and all the extras in the house.
I think it's a little bit more important than us dicking
Slightly,
around for an hour on Zoom. I think you'll have a wonderful time. But yes, £15 and above, Saturday, 11 a.m. I realised it was getting quite late into the month. We haven't done one yet, so
Yeah.
we shall be doing that.
I thought you had
I thought we had.
in the free week.
No.
You did two Twitch shows and then you did the Saturday.
I thought that was in October. Did we do one?
I think we've done one.
I mean, not to
done
do
one.
people out of it.
I think
You've
it was
committed
end of
now.
October. wasn't it?
Richard says nope. Richard keeps track of them. Richard's saying
Okay.
nope.
Okay.
I trust Richard.
This is the first one. Yeah, I think it is. And just a reminder, we're not doing a show tomorrow evening because we're going to go to see Clinton Baptiste, where I believe Linda Pollock is going to be in the audience somewhere, which I'm very looking forward to meeting her. So we are doing an early morning one tomorrow, about 11:15. Are you coming round for that, Kath?
No.
Okay, so I'm doing. Okay,
I can't. I'm on mum duties.
Friday morning.
Friday morning. Oh, yes, I am doing Friday morning.
What is wrong? What?
I thought you were saying Saturday.
I said tomorrow. No,
I-
oh, you're talking about the Zoom thing. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
hang on.
Oh.
The shadow awakes and then goes straight back to sleep. So tomorrow morning,
Yes.
you'll meet me in Aylesbury.
Is that what's happening?
That is what's happening. We're doing a show at 11:15.
What, in the cafe again with people giving us evils?
Stuff them.
I mean,
I say. Then we'll go for a little walk around town.
I
Where
just
do you
feel
want to do it then?
do people give us evils because we talk too loud. Quite rightly, it pissed me off.
I suppose we could have done it from my house,
Yeah.
but we're not going to.
Can you go to is it the David Bowie statue?
We can go to that.
No, it's a David Bowie statue.
Oh! It's all kicking off.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Although he said he didn't know how you pronounce it anymore at the end of his life. So
We I suppose we could have done it from home, couldn't we? I can't now because I've posted the link and it would have to be a different link, and I can't. So we will do it in Aylesbury
Why would it have to be a different link?
because I've set it to do it on my phone.
We'll do it on your phone in your house.
That works.
Then you could prop
All
it
right,
up
we'll do
on
it at my house
something.
then. All right, we'll do it at my house.
Have
All
I
right, we'll
rained
do it
on
at
your
my house.
parade? Were you looking forward to having an outing?
We'll do it on my telephone from my house. How's about that?
Yeah.
All right, that's what we'll do. All right, that's that sorted then.
Yeah.
Ladles and jelly spoons of the wall of head. Does anybody have anything you'd like to say before we ask you to evacuate yourself?
I wanted to just mention about the air fryer stuff.
Go on.
I've done fajitas, and so chicken and peppers and onions and the spices and stuff in there. But the toss is important.
Sorry?
You do have
I've
to
done
go
dry,
back and
but can you do wet though?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like bolognese and stew and stuff. It tends to catch at the top.
It does. You've got to. It's kind of the same way as you would do it in a slow cooker. You've got to give it a stir because it does kind of burn at the top.
Yeah.
But you can lay the parchment paper on the top of it.
There's a shout.
Yeah, just cut it in the shape of the bowl and then just put it on the top. The fajitas that I do, they're not particularly, it's not dry. I will sort of moisten it up. It's just nicer that way.
All right.
And it's not an issue. It doesn't tend to, but yeah, you do have to give them a toss. With the veg...
Please stop saying that. That's childish. That's childish. We're better than this.
With the veg... again, you've got to do the same. Okay, you've got
You
to
have
flip
to moisten
it.
the veg up.
You've got to flip
you have to
it.
get it. Would you have to get it wet? Have you got to spray on it and get it wet?
No,
Would you add a
Jesus
bit more
Christ.
liquid, like with a slow cooker? Would you add a bit more
Tiny
liquid?
bit of liquid.
Does it get
but
juicy
I'd
and
go-
wet?
It gets very moist.
Oh, there we go.
But I prefer it stiff and crunchy. But
Not a
Anyway,
stew, you
it's all
don't.
about it's all about temperature and
Each to their
time.
own.
So
All right, I will continue my experiments.
temperature and time. Lower the temperature, up the time.
Right.
See, we used to have an ActiFry, and that had got a stirring thing in it. So
Yeah.
we used to do fajitas in our ActiFry all the time
Yeah.
till the lid cracked.
when
Didn't work so well.
when anyone mentions fajitas, just think of that bloody awful advert used to be on, where a bloke was cooking fajitas and the woman was on the phone saying, "He's cooking fajitas, apparently." You know?
Yeah, he's out of Footballers' Wives in Coronation Street.
So he said, "Oh, herbs and spices. Did you hear that? Herbs and spices." Oh, so what? Piss off.
Yeah, that's
You're not
old
having
El
any.
Paso. That's the El Paso ad.
Is it
isn't
El Paso? Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And then
Well,
and then
Sorry.
it's Thanksgiving for me next week, so I'm going to try and do that all in the air fryer as well.
What, turkey?
Well,
Pumpkin
no,
pie.
I'm going to kind of make it a bit smaller because obviously I'm working all day, so it's going to be a bit tricky. But I'm going to try and simultaneously, whilst my brother's sitting down to eat, we'll do the same thing, but later on in the evening.
Okay.
I keep meaning to do. No, I'm not going to. Harsh has just said, make a new link. Do a new link. So I've just done a new link for Friday's show. Tomorrow morning we're going to be at home on the computer. We will also have him running on the telephone because some people will miss this. But there is a new link has just been posted out thanks to Harsh.
You can watch in stereo.
Yeah, you go. Yes, exactly.
Ooh. Yeah.
Right. Oh no, I'm in trouble because I've lost. Hang on. Keep. There it is. Okay. Anybody else got anything you want to say?
I was going to give a quick work update.
Oh yeah. Go on. You started a new job on Monday.
Yeah, it's going really well. They're already getting me involved in stuff. It feels like I'm a consultant.
Are you being consulted?
Yes.
Consultant.
Wow.
They didn't expect. They give you like 3-4 weeks leeway to get your utilization up. They manage that. They monitor how many billable hours you do for clients. I've got 3.5 days a week out of 5 already committed for the next 6 months. So
Nice.
Yeah, it's going really well.
Excellent.
Amazing.
You enjoying it?
I love it. The people are so bright and welcoming, and it feels really rewarding to be part of it, seeing how they're solving problems and finding answers, and you know, and making a difference. It's all about road safety stuff. So, it feels great. I think I've found the right thing.
Nice one. I'm absolutely thrilled. Well done. Any more for any more?
I'm going to be watching the last ever episode of The Walking Dead on the 22nd of November.
Okay, thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Alistair Rip.
Alistair Rip.
Alistair, I can't wait for that. I absolutely cannot
How
wait.
many seasons did they end up doing of that?
11.
This is the 11th season. Which
I got to the one. I stopped at the end of the one that had David Morrissey in it, and so the good guys were living in a prison. David Morrissey was living in like a fort. He was like the king of a fort. Then they had a huge battle, and they had to move on. And that was what was that? It was like four or
Season 4. Yeah,
Early on,
season 4. He was the governor or something, wasn't he?
Governor, he was brilliant.
He was a great character. He's a brilliant actor. I love him so much. That time when he was Doctor Who for about 20 minutes. Do you remember that? He was Doctor Who very briefly.
Yeah.
People would argue he wasn't Doctor Who. I would argue he was. Actually, I wouldn't argue. I can't be bothered.
He was the Doctor, not Doctor Who.
Doctor Who?
Who? Doctor?
What?
Are they all the seasons any good, or was there like a big dip?
I think the last few.
6 was a dip.
They just repeat themselves, you know. And,
was the Negan first season, wasn't it? 6.
So
no, see, I love that. I loved all the Negan stuff. I thought that was the high point.
So basically,
once Andrew Lincoln left, it started improving again. I thought.
Yeah.
Egg. Did Egg ever come back?
Well, he was supposed to have he got picked up by a helicopter. Spoilers. Yeah. And he was supposed to have a spin-off series, but that's been canned, hasn't it?
I thought they announced it again recently.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
The Walking Egg. Oh, hang on. Hello? Big boy's back. There we go.
Hey.
Hey.
You all right, big boy? Big boy, okay?
He says I don't care.
No, you're not. Okay, my darling. Right,
No, my bum's a mess. I'm in tatters.
All right, Catherine, that's fine. Let me talk to the cat first. On that bombshell. Good night, Jim. Good night, David. Good night. Good night, Visionary. I'll allow you to see yourselves out, please.
Goodbye.
Because I don't want to boot anybody. Always lovely to see your beautiful little faces. Should we listen to... So Club Tropicana has been done.
Oh, let's have it.
So shall we have a little listen? This is what it looks like. It may be... I would imagine if it's a newer song, it would probably be better. It's probably better with newer songs. Zoom screen. Okay, so this is it. You get the drums, bass, other. I'm not quite sure what that is. Vocals. So let's have a listen. Here we go. It's just the vocals only, but it's also the video. So the video, there's a little bit of drama at the beginning.
Yeah, there's some cicadas, etc.
Here we go. There we go. I don't think you can skip ahead, so... Cicadas. Birds. The music started, I think.
Here we go.
The party started. God, it sounds horrifying.
Let me take you to the place where membership's a smiley face. Rub shoulders with the stars, where strangers take you by the hand and welcome you to Wonderland from beneath their Panamas. Tropicana drinks are free, fun and sunshine, there's enough for everyone. Whoa,
It's the harmonies that does it.
The sea. But don't worry, you can sunshine afterwards and lovers meet, then kiss and Tropicana sea. Watch the waves break on the bay. Oh, the southwest sounds of Blue Lagoon. Talk downtown sounds of tune. One night's holiday. Tropicana drinks are free. Fun and sunshine, there's enough for everyone. Whoa, that's missing is the sea. But don't worry, you can sunshine.
It's good. That one's a little bit clippy. It's a little bit digitized. It does that. I've only done a handful of these. Some have been really good. Some it's a little bit clippy, a little bit digital, a little bit muffled. But that's incredible for a free program, right?
That's really good.
Cock Bongo saying we should play the bass line. Here's the bass. Okay, I don't think you can't skip.
He
forward.
slaps the bass, doesn't he?
It's going to be a funky bass. What's this? Acapulco. No, it's using this program, Harsh. That rips it into different tracks for you. We've got to wait for this one because it's so much fun. So much fun. Oh, it's a little bit muffled.
Oh, it kind of fades in.
There we go. It's a bit muffled. It's not great. It's not great. Let's try the drums a little bit. I'm enjoying this. It works better with some tracks than others. I would have thought as we moved into the 80s, it would have been a little bit easier to do because the stuff it was doing with the 60s stuff was...
yeah, you'd think each track would be cleaner.
Yeah. There are other settings you can play around with. I've just chosen this one setting, but you can do other settings and what not. Oh.
It's the
Cars
car.
count as drums. It's all to do with frequencies. It's pulling frequencies out. There we go. There we go. This is good. Drinks are free, fun and laughter. There's enough for everyone. All that's missing is the sea. Come and dine it. You can have fun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Club Tropicana. There you go. And then if you want, it'll do an instrumental. Here we go. Look, does the It is fun. I'm going to be playing around with this a lot, mainly doing Monkeys stuff. But it's so much geeky fun. I want to do it because I want to hear like all the backing vocals and all of that shit. That's what I'm kind of doing it for.
Imagine doing that with the Mamas and the Papas, though. I bet that's incredible.
Pick one. We'll do one.
Let's do.
It might struggle a bit because I bet they're probably on like 2-track or 4-track, but we'll have a go.
Let me think.
Listen to this. That sounds great. Go on, give me a song and I'll.
12:30.
Can we do it now, Catherine? Because yeah, you like that?
12:30. Young girls are going to the canyon.
That's a horrible song.
I love that song,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
you-
got
but
a
it's
dark.
about-
It's got a dark vibe. I know.
Yeah.
All right, do it.
Right. Let's see. In my 12:30.
I put that on. That is tiny. That dressing gown. I was putting that on one side to give away.
I know. Run.
Run. That'll do it. Run. All right. Let's let me just go here. Let me stop sharing. Let's go back here. Let's go to Zoom to people. We'll just like that's downloaded, so I need to show that. We'll give it a go. Show in folder. We're going to drag that there. We're going to go back to the website. I bet there's a huge queue of people.
Yeah, because it's geek time.
What did I say it was called? M-E... What was it? I can't remember what it's called.
What's beeping?
That's the dishy. That's the dishy Sunak. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. We go back here. MVSEP. Add a file. We're going to do 12:30. Where are you? 12:30. You're there. I'm not a robot. Separate. Click here. Okay, we're 60th. So it may take a while. We may not get it done today, but we will certainly have some of it to tomorrow. All right. We'll certainly have it tomorrow if we don't get it today. So much geeky fun. Flippin' love it. Flippin' love it. Oh, hang on. I've just lost where we are in this now. I'm getting all tired and I'm getting all confused. That's where we are. John Harris says, I've just split Ernie, the milkman. It sounds like a poetry recital. Yeah. It's fun, right? It's fun to do all this. Let me turn this on. What do you want to do, Boily? Boily bum? We got about 30, 35 minutes left
I don't know.
of tonight's extravaganza. What would you like to do, please? What would you like? So tomorrow you're going to come here, then go home, then come here, then go home.
Yeah.
You might as well
This is
just
what
move
happens
in.
when you've.
Just move in. I'll rent you out the spare room.
No, that's haunted.
Yes, okay, admittedly, yes, there is a ghost there, but that shouldn't.
There's
put
too
you
many
off.
crannies in your house.
John's got a day off tomorrow. He's going to be playing up all night with that splitter. Okay. We're not watching Paddington Green, Debbie. Dear God, what do you want to create? A civil war? Me and Kim, Alex to a certain extent, but Kim certainly really enjoyed the Battersea Poltergeist 9-part podcast series on BBC Sounds. Danny Robbins is great. I think he's so good.
I recommended that and I haven't heard it yet, so I'm gonna have a listen.
It is good. It's good. Listen to it with Little, and it's just on the right side of spooky.
Oh, really?
But there's another one he's done, I think, about witches. So I think Kim has started that. Harsh says Life of Grime. How would people feel about a little bit more pineapple?
Yeah.
Because someone pointed out there is a Andrew Stone. There is a podcast from 2 years ago.
Did you see Jesus got back to you?
Sorry?
Jesus responded to you
When?
like a couple of days ago.
I missed it. What's Jesus' name on Twitter?
Jesus Ruiz, isn't it? Ruiz. But he said that he's not seen him for ages.
Why, hang on, how did I not see this? Right, hang on. Iain Lee Jesus. Just about... oh, here we go. I've typed in Iain Lee Jesus. This is what has come up. December the 19th. Jesus Christ. December the 19th, 2018. What's it going to be a reference to?
Oh.
Just about to go to sleep, and Iain Lee is helping a guy on the phone who wants to kill himself. How he kept him on the phone, I don't know. You did amazing, you two, flipping Kath. Jesus.
Wow.
Isn't it? That's 4 years ago. I thought it was further. I thought it was longer ago than that. Okay.
Everything pre-lockdown seems like an eternity ago, doesn't it?
Sadly, I have no clue of where he can be these days. I last saw him in London around January 2012. Not seeing him anymore since then. I hope he's okay, and I hope you are too, my friend. That show, I imagine, that must have, I imagine that show to be quite draining and stressful. I hope you are well and happy. There we go. That's a nice thing. So Jesus has not seen him for 10 years.
No, but he's still referring to himself as the bassist from Starman. And why not?
Oh, from October the 31st, from at Gleavester. Jesus Christ, used to love your shows, but it seems you've become a right drama monger. Okay.
When's this from?
This is from October the 31st, a couple of weeks ago.
What drama was that?
I think, I don't know actually. I'm not sure. Block.
Anyway, thanks for letting us know.
Block.
I used to love your show. Well, we didn't make it for you if you're going to be like that.
Sophia says, weirdly, that was one of the first shows I ever listened to you and Catherine on.
Oh,
that's interesting. That's a strange entry point to come into. That's a strange entry point. Ashley says, let's see if cars survive Rufford Ford on YouTube. Boring, maybe. I find it fascinating. Lol. Absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Ashley, you lunatic. Thank you for your kind tweet earlier on, but I've got no idea to what you refer.
It feels like a bit of a word salad, but maybe we're reading it wrong.
Well, let's go on to YouTube. Let me just see how that's doing. Okay, we're 37 in the queue. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is... No, you're not coming on. So, Joe has just forwarded me an email, right? So there was a story about e-cigarettes from Oxford University. So I wonder who's funded it. Well, no,
I heard that.
Maybe no one funded it. But they said it was a great way to give up smoking better than patches.
She said it was cancer research, didn't she?
No, she didn't. She said it was Oxford University.
And cancer research, she said.
I don't remember cancer research. Maybe. So I said, well, I'd be interested to find out who funded it. And also, I've just found a thing on a South African website saying that actually vaping is bad for you. Hello, I'm the lead author of the e-cigarettes review covered by Iain Lee today. My partner happened to be listening to the segment. I've just listened to it. Though I'm delighted it was covered, there are a few points which I'd love to come on air to discuss, as it's so important that people who smoke aren't discouraged from switching to vaping. In particular, the popcorn lung statement probably warrants correcting. If you're interested, let me know. No, not interested. We don't want that, do we? Oh, Catherine's thinking we do.
It's not really. It's not BBC, not Oxford, is it?
No.
I'd quite like to hear you challenge them. But it's not BBC Oxford.
But what would I say to them? It does sound a bit condescending, doesn't it?
Listen, it's not as good as stopping smoking and stopping doing anything that you're breathing in anything that shouldn't be in your lungs. And
so that people who smoke aren't discouraged from switching to vaping. Just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. Part of me wants... I'm feeling angry. So what is that about? It's about being challenged. It's about being called out. That's okay. That's fine. Nah, fuck them. Warrants correcting. Fuck off.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's happened. It's done. It's Jack FM. We're pissing around.
Exactly. I think if it was, the mid-morning phone-in on vaping and you'd just gone to town, but it was a 5-minute, not even that, 3-minute section.
Yeah, it was a thing off the back of the news.
And the premise is correct, is that you're just better off not smoking anything, not inhaling anything that you shouldn't be.
Who financed that? Who financed it? Who financed it? That's what I want to know.
All I know is There are kids vaping in the toilets now at my daughter's school,
that is
and
part
I'm
of the
talking about my
problem is
little daughter's school.
It
And how-
normalises it. It
yeah, and
normalises
how do you smell that on a kid? You don't. It's not like when we used to go home smelling of Lynx and breath mints. And I think people see it as harmless, like you're breathing in water, but it's not, is it? Anyway.
Follow the money. You're right, Dave. What does... Hang on a minute. Let me just check something. Let me just check. Hang on. No, I'm not.
This person didn't even hear it.
Yeah, goodbye. Email. Deleted. Goodbye. Okay, we're 19th in the queue for that. Should we have a little bit of
Pineapple?
Pineapple. Should we have a little bit of
Yeah.
pineapple? I feel. It's interesting. I feel angry because there's nothing to feel angry about. It's about challenge and being called out and all of that stuff.
It's also about being seeing an email at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that's true. Zoom screen, more than usual kids getting into smoking, that's for sure. The thing was, I saw someone doing it in our school playground yesterday, a parent, a mum, while there were little kiddies playing. I thought, that's not on. Anyway, so what's it called?
Pineapple Dance Studio.
Best of Part 2. Here we go.
Oh.
Already it's my favourite thing I've ever seen in my life. Here we go.
Yes, this blanket that I put the heated blanket on, and already Willow is sitting on my feet.
Yeah. I've got Patsy's fast asleep on me. Oh, look, it's 9 o'clock, and I think that's when the jungle starts, and that's why everyone switches off. Isn't that interesting?
Welcome to Pineapple Dance Studio.
As Forrest Gump once said, life is like a box of chocolates. Well, if Gump were around today, he'd have said the same about Pineapple Best Of.
Can we just make note, it is a Sunday that I'm here and I'm working.
These
Yes,
bits are a little
the
bit
day
wrong,
of
'cause they're
the
all
Lord,
scripted.
but who's that? So we made the speech impediment. Something's have an S in it.
That's a
But it's got an
Rizzo
S in
from
it.
What's it called? That pop group, isn't it?
Special J?
Special J.
What were they called? Special J? Was that
They
a
were
group?
called. No, they were called.
J Mond.
It's the one that hang on, I've got to look him up. Oritze.
JLS.
JLS.
Thank you very
Isn't
much.
that him?
I don't know.
But like
And
younger.
apart from take that, of course, I do know his name. So how do you pronounce your name again? Orisha. Orisha. We made the
Boom.
speech impediment. Something's have an S in it. You take care. See you later. They're all here. Like I say, I've got JLS today. I had Duncan the other day, not literally. I remember Duncan when he was just starting out and I was just finishing. But the thing is, I'm holding it. I'm going to Botox tomorrow, darling. I'm getting it all for. I haven't got time. Okay, through something what we all love. Bex.
He said, my name's Louis, and I'm a diva. And he said, you're obviously a diva too.
Jason Gardner.
In it.
Don't see him anymore, do you?
Didn't he do Dancing on Ice? Isn't he still doing that?
Is he still doing it? Oh, Jason Gardner, you still see him on Dancing on Ice.
So we have two ways of doing this. We can either be friends or
He's got hair
enemies.
now.
How do you want to be?
I've met him a few times. He's always very nice to me. I liked him.
I kid you not. And we've been amazing friends ever since.
But I haven't got time to speak to you guys. Like I say, I'm busy.
Oh yes, you're right, Sophie. Yes, I remember.
What's that?
I don't. You can read the chat.
I can't. I'm not on the chat.
Well, I'm not going to read it out loud.
To lead his pop group Starman from obscurity to world domination.
Ultimate would be.
Anyway, there's a podcast called Absolutely Andrew, from 2 years ago. He's in. It's a podcast called Absolutely. Then the name of the person they're interviewing, and he gets like 4, 5, 6 episodes where they talk about fame, love, regrets, things like that. This is from 2 years ago. It's great. It's
Starman #1 in every country in the world.
Spoiler. It didn't.
That's what I would love.
Starman had already recorded
baby.
I do like him a lot.
a single.
I mean, he's rocking it though, isn't he?
The next step is to film a pop video, but with no budget, they'll need to be very creative.
The concept for the video is everyone's kind of wearing white leotard kind of like cat suits, and I've got mirrors put all on mine, and basically there's going to be a laser shot straight at me, and while I'm doing all my...
The band are at the studios to meet the video directors Sam and Harry and to try on their costumes for the first time.
We've got some costumes for you to try on.
But all is not well. Lately, Andrew has been worrying that backing singer Rosalie has been stealing too much of the limelight.
Oh dear.
She's got quite a bit of limelight, hasn't she?
She's the only woman in a band full of boys. What do you think is going to happen?
Looks as though she'll be wearing the main robot outfit, not him.
It's for you.
Well, hang on a minute. It's a fucking Halloween costume from Amazon, $5.99. It's not even from like I don't know, like an adult shop or something. It's off Amazon.
Oh wow, look at that. Oh my god, he looked at me.
Just trying to work out whether he can fit that.
The other thing...
Did you not say I was wearing some kind of shawl or something? Did you not say that?
No, it was
oh, it's this?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. I'm not really happy with my costume the way it initially was meant to be. I thought I was meant to have mirrors and stuff like that on me and when I fire a laser at me and stuff, so it's concerning. Don't matter, man. Don't matter.
I love the way he tries to hide his resentment.
Yeah. You can see it simmering away.
Yeah. no, but seriously, what the fuck is this? I like him so. I think he's so good.
They kill you when this is finished, just so you know, because I'm trying to laugh this off.
Just put the heads down. They're going to go over your head.
My giant pair of tights.
Oh my god, it's like Starlight Express.
That's looking really nice.
He's going to be hating the fact that she's not going, I shouldn't be wearing this. It should be Andrew. Instead, she's loving it.
Heads up.
I'm streaming in here, by the way.
It's just... Jason Gardner is now a nomadic permaculture designer and lives in a tent.
What? That's not...
What?
What? Is that a job?
Is it?
What's a permaculture designer?
Is she going out?
No, she's saying goodbye to her dad who's just dropped her off.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I see. It's little and coming back in.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Just waiting. It's just processing our mamas and papas.
The development of agricultural ecosystems intended to be sustainable and self-sufficient. Okay.
Can you see this? Can you hear this if I play this? Hang on, it's not coming out yet. Let's try this one. Can you hear this? Let me try. Hang on. Can you hear this?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. It could be glitchy. Let's see what we got.
I used to live in New York City. Everything there was dark and dirty. Outside my window was a steeple with a clock that always said 12:30. Young girls are coming to the canyon, and in the mornings I can see them walking in. I can no longer keep my blinds drawn. To say good morning and really mean it. To feel these changes happening in me.
See you later.
But not to notice till I feel it. Young girls are coming to the canyon. And in the mornings I can see them walking. I can no longer keep my blind wrong. And I can't keep myself from talking. Clouded waters cast no reflection.
Oh my God, this is so good.
Images of beauty lie there stagnant. Vibrations bounce in no direction. But lie there shattered into fragments. Young girls are coming to the canyon. And in the mornings I can see them walking. I can no longer keep my blind wrong. And I can't keep myself.
That's something else, right?
I knew that would be a belter.
That is something else. I mean, it's it's a cheap thing that's doing something made 50 odd years. That is incredible. Yeah. I'll have some of that. I will have some of that. It's so much fun. I just want to set up one more that we probably won't get time to do today. So I'm just gonna let me just add. I just want to set something up. Then we're gonna go back to Pineapple Dance. Don't worry, guys. Don't you worry. I need that. I'm going to show that in its folder. We just get this set up. Got to do that. Show it in folder. We drag it over there. We go to the website, which will go here, and we go back and we add that, and we go. It is called that. And I'm not a robot. Separate. Click there. All right, probably won't get it done tonight, but that might be a fun one for tomorrow. That sounds incredible, right?
Yeah.
I
So
love-
good.
What a great band. What a messed up band.
Yeah.
What a wonderful app. I love the app. Let's have a little bit more of Moraine says, well, this is making me cry, isn't it? Isn't it? There are other settings on that app, and I will have to have a little look at them and see what we think. Anyway, onwards.
My costume, in comparison to the boys' costume, that obviously my costume is really glamorous and stuff, you know.
Well,
she's loving it.
Their costume, they look like painters.
Oh, come on.
The only girl in the band, and so I get more attention and stuff. At least I can admit it. At least I'm not one of those people who walks around saying, "Oh, I hate attention," and then yeah. So it's all good. It's all good.
Andrew decides to confront the directors about the costumes.
Okay, look at her robot head. Look at her robot face. She does.
It's all good.
Andrew decides to confront the directors about the costumes.
I thought originally that I was going to have like an outfit with mirrors on.
He's trying to sassify it by undoing the top.
Harsh says CSI. Yeah, it's a bit
That
of
was
that.
That was the robot.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool to have you in that, but you lose the sense of the story. You have one.
Come on, look
robot,
at
and
these
then
two
we've got
chances.
sort
You
of
got
coming up to-
Pocoyo there and some sort of sailor.
You lose the sense of the story of a Starman video.
It'll
You're
be
like a more human character.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. What you want is basically for my talent to speak out and not look different, because that talent will be seen as the costume.
Exactly.
Shut up.
Did you hear that, Pats? Did you hear that, darling?
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Oh, look at the fire's giving it some, isn't it?
And I'm cool with that.
Narrator.
He was not cool with that.
So what's going on this morning is we've got some advertising.
I know. Look.
People.
Sometimes
The fort at the venue. It's Starman's debut gig. While manager Rob holds the fort at the venue, the band are in a nearby flat.
Oh, I thought he'd had a horrible accident.
Yeah,
I
it
just
looks like
realised what
he's
that
a robot and they've opened his eye up.
Getting ready.
Is there anyone that you wish was here tonight to see it?
My nana.
David Bowie.
Yeah, I do wish my mum was here.
She's not dead, she just couldn't be bothered.
And my family. There you go. Can't win him away. It's a big one. It's a big one tonight. I'm getting a bit uptight now. Getting a bit nervous. I always have these moments before I do anything where I just go back into myself and start panicking about the smallest things.
His penis.
So yeah, it's quite human, I suppose. This stage in any group's life is the hardest of them all because you're initially hoping to get those fans on board, and you can rehearse and you can do photo shoots and you can be in the studio and you can record songs, you can produce, you can write, but the final crescendo to all of that, the final straw of have you got it, haven't you got it, are you any good, is when you do that gig.
You've got a lot riding on Starman, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a lot riding on Starman. I've sold my house for it.
Sorry, what now? Sorry, you did what now?
Yeah, I've got a lot riding on Starman. I've sold my house for it.
Oh?
I've lost everything I possibly have ever owned to make this happen. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
He sold it.
I would have it another way. I'd have it.
A house.
I would have not done that.
Why do you need to sell your house to be in a band?
It's not costumes, is it?
It's just you can be in a band for free.
Yeah. What?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
You're in a band, right? How much have you paid to be in that band?
£0. But I don't have as much glitter as he does. Maybe the glitter is what's pricey.
There we go. That's it. You're right. I hadn't thought of that.
What if it doesn't work?
It will.
It didn't.
It will work.
Failure is not an option. It is.
Because it has to.
Rob's convinced the gig is going to be a landmark musical event.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
Go on.
At university, we're in a band. And you spend all your time posing and don't actually do anything.
Yeah.
There were a lot of lads like that.
I know that vibe. Graham says, I gig every week and I still have a house.
You're doing it wrong, Graham. Oh, hang on a minute. I think you might be doing it right.
Already sold about 18 or 19 tickets.
It was 18 or 19 is 15, isn't it?
I'll see you at the gig, and you know what? You're going to see a gig tonight.
And?
Okay, well, that's the idea.
Where are we going to see this gig? Oh, at the gig. Okay, yep, cool.
I guarantee you that. I'm going to make it worth everyone's while.
Oh, look at all the beautiful people.
Where are we going? No idea.
Good evening, Cleveland.
I'm just thinking that.
You've seen that bit, right? The Spinal Tap needs that. We need to watch that again. That needs a good.
You're going to see some sparks tonight. You're going to see some vibe. You're going to see some tunes. You're going to see some lyrics. You're going to see some smiles. You're going to see some sexuality. I was born for
some sexuality.
For this moment, boy, I'm going to go out there and give him hit songs. I'm going to give him Andrew Stone. I'm going to give him the artist that I am. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
I think they're not ready.
Baking that cake and making it rise, and that's what we're going to do tonight. The heart rate's just gone up to
Andrew,
the dozen. Yes.
You ready, mate? Let's go.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
He's got his business jumper on.
Man.
Tuesday evening, and Giles, the receptionist, has some horrifying news for Louis.
I was doing a building check.
Yeah, well done. Thank you very much.
Yes, about
Louis stuff is all a bit.
I need response dance.
Yeah, it's all a bit. Yeah, okay, we get it.
An hour and a half later.
Oh, do you like that? Cut it off.
Do you remember when we were at an award ceremony and Mel C came over to me and went, "All right, Iain,
Yes, I
How
do.
cool? How cool am I?
That was the same night Susanna Reid did the same thing.
Yeah, she did. Visionary says, gigging at the gig for the gigs of all gigs. Exactly.
This is my favourite. So if I wasn't gay, I think we'd be married. No, we would. If Jade weren't around.
Wednesday, and band manager Rob's phone
Well, hang on. What happened to the gig?
bashing has finally paid off. He's been invited in for a second meeting with Stephen Budd, a music industry big hitter with the power to put Starman...
What happened to the gig? Hang on a minute.
We didn't see any of it.
Starman Pineapple gig. Oh. Is this it? Hang on.
He's asked a market research expert to... Starman are about to start a promotional tour of the UK, and Andrew...
No, hang on, that's not.
He's asked...
Okay, well, there's a couple of... Okay, well, there's a couple of things we can look at. First of all, this is that pop video. So let's just have a little bit of this.
I'm sure the costumes look fine under the cameras.
It's all bubble wrap and wires.
I can't see anything.
Oh, can you not see it?
No.
Okay, stop share. Share screen. Here we go. You see that?
Yes. I'm in.
Can we see the sexy robot lady, please?
What are they plugged into? They're going to overload that extension.
Can I just say, this is actually all right. This is. Am I the only one thinking this is actually all right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're not seeing enough of the sexy robot lady. I thought that was all right. Then there was another bit, the gig at that final show. Let's just have a quick look at.
I've written a song for Pineapple Dance Studios. It's something very special to me. I've been at.
Oh, well, he got to wear the outfit in the end. Look.
Pineapple for a long time.
Is he naked?
For the performance of
with
their
a boa.
specially written song, Starman have enlisted the help of a guest backing...
Oh, that fucking prick.
You don't need him, Andrew. What are you doing?
...singer, former Dollar frontman David Van Day.
You know what he's going to do?
Permanent dickhead.
He's going to push his way to the front.
Yes.
And Andrew Stone will get rightfully pissed off.
And I've got an 80s icon to sing it with me.
For me, Andrew just reminds me of myself. I look back, it's like, I'd be lying if I said it was a mirror. That'd be ridiculous.
He's out of the jungle, into Pineapple. He is the one and only David Van Day, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes!
Oh, he's come on stage like he's the bad guy in a pantomime.
He's quite
What has he come as, though?
A prick.
David Van Day.
Syncopation is our foundation.
I'm looking at his codpiece.
Graham says David Van Day is like the boss at an office Christmas party.
not turned his mic on, have they?
What you can't see is Patty sat there looking at it like, what is this? Okay. Tony says Jesus wept. I can't see that. Maybe we'll get a close
Shining like the star.
He is dressed as Jesus, though. I love that.
I kind of quite like this.
I thought he was having a drink then.
What is this guy dressed up as? A fucking
Half a bear.
Half a bear.
Thank you. Celebrate, guys. Have a really good evening. Take care.
Oh, here we go.
All right. Okay, that's all right. Well, this is. If I get rid of that, okay, you can see that. You can see Pineapple Dance screen showing has stopped as the window's closed. Oh, okay. Oh, I've lost it. Neil Diamond. There we go. Best to Pineapple. Right. Let me just see if this. We're at number 16 with this other song that we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Oh, it's nearly half past. We'll
yeah.
Let's have a little bit more of this. There we go.
Into the studio with a big name record producer.
Andrew is a really good songwriter. I think he's a really good performer. I think he's coming from a place that is very hammy, in that it's more kind of musical style. But I don't necessarily think that's a negative. And the fact that he's gay, and the fact that she's not, to the best of my knowledge.
Did you just out him?
He's not gay. His face when he says the fact that he's gay, it's like, what the fuck?
Negative. And the fact that he's gay, and the fact that she's not.
This is an interesting twist.
To the best of my knowledge, right, means that means a whole sort of lot of interesting role play is possible as well. And
He's not gay, by the way.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
He's not?
No.
Oh, right, okay. Right. That's interesting.
You should have let Andrew have the opportunity to be gay if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Andrew, they want to sign you.
They're interested in the dynamic if you're gay and she isn't.
How do you feel about that? Living a gay lifestyle for the next 10 years. It's the opposite of most bands where the gay member has to play straight. This one, the straight guy has to play gay. Okay, all right.
I'm still look. The look on the manager's face suggests he doesn't buy it.
Right. So I don't know what to say. I was completely stumped.
Good. He's completely embarrassed, as he should be. As he should be.
What do you mean he's not gay?
All right. Okay, mate. It's getting a little bit uncomfortable.
Don't give me that. Of course he's gay.
He's not, I promise you.
Seriously? God.
Oh my life.
I'm judging people. But
Yeah, you are in quite an inappropriate and offensive way. Yeah.
I mean, look, great if he's gay or he's not gay, but really?
Yeah.
Right.
It's Sunday morning,
That was awkward, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was unnecessarily unpleasant.
and up-and-coming girl group Phoenix are at the studios.
This is Phoenix. I just realised I was...
Oh, God, this is Phoenix before they got really famous.
Oh,
Do you remember Phoenix?
I often think, what happened to Phoenix?
Yeah, well, this is before they became the Phoenix that we know and love and then disappeared again.
It's our sign. That little sign.
Because they did that, didn't they? That was their sign, wasn't it?
That's what took the nation by storm.
Yeah, Phoenix. Oh, God, fucking hell, this is amazing.
Not to be confused with Pigeon. It was more like that.
Yeah. Or Vulture, which was that. Okay.
Or anything, just because it's...
Phoenix are Jade, Tanya, Aishan, and MC Priceless.
MC Priceless, huh?
Phoenix are at the studios to audition male dancers for their latest...
Phoenix.
Isn't Phoenix a shop?
Yeah, Fenwicks.
Fenwicks. The song I'm working on is the next song in the queue. So it's being done now. So we will hopefully get to hear a little bit of it. I don't know if you mind. Go on. Oh, hello. It's Willow.
Yeah, she just jumped on me.
Hello,
Claws
Willow.
out.
Hello, Willow.
Pop video, Swagger.
We're just looking for some hinge, guys. Some good-looking thick guys.
With a nice torso going
Yeah, because
on.
we've got to do this move, you see. So it needs to be flat and...
It's only fair that we have a muscle to go down. It's only...
It's only fair they got a muscle to go down, Catherine.
Which muscle?
You say that to me often. You got a muscle I could go down, have you? And I say no, I have not.
It's only fair.
Imagine if it was the other way round. Blokes doing this to girls.
I mean, I suppose it has been, hasn't it? That was the point.
That's true. You're right. You're right. Let them get on. Let them enjoy
Girls
themselves.
got Larry while we were rebalancing. That's what you say. It's right. It's just what happened.
Guys, as you know, yeah.
Here we go. Right. Should we try? This may or may not work. Can you see this new screen now?
Yes.
Let's try this work. Let's see if this works.
Look, let's do the song. What for? Well, we recorded it. We might as well sell a few.
Tommy, that'll do for me, cocky.
Good.
I like this.
Laugh me a laugh, grin me a grin, and then I know that we can win. Dance me a dance, joke me a joke, and blow the clouds away.
Away.
I sing me a song, and we can have life along. Just you and me, come on, sing together, we'll be okay.
I better rock on, Tommy, dance to a tune that this guitar sings. A rock on, Tommy, get up and spread your wings.
You and you and you through into the sun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can smile at
This is the live version, so it's a bit different.
Join in with me, then we are free. It isn't hard to do, it isn't hard, it isn't hard. Like little song, so just sing along.
Did you just sing? It's hard. It's hard.
Can't go wrong, just you and me. Come on and sing, together we'll be okay. Together we'll be okay.
It's a shorter version without the doorbell.
Together we'll be okay.
Okay.
So that's a live version. Okay.
Let's do the song.
You know, without those guys, there would be no Ant and Dec.
Yeah, totally. On that bombshell, that feels like a pretty decent place to end it. Goodbye, Phoenix. Okay. Goodbye, Phoenix. We are back tomorrow at 11:15.
11:15.
We're going to be on here, so use the new link that I sent out, not the old link. What I sent out. See you all in the morning. Hopefully. Thank you for your support. Good night. God bless.
Good night.